How about we take a short rest, everyone? That was in character. He is referring to it as a short rest.
I'm okay with that, but are we concerned how much noise we made during the battle? Like, is the sandworm going to show up?
We didn't make that much noise.
There was a bit of a Doppler effect situation going on.
Fair.
No. The black hole probably sucked all the noise back into it.
That's definitely how sound works.
Good. That was kind of a guess on my part, but I'm glad I nailed it.
I might not be a smart man, but
Yup,
I don't
definitely
really.
how sound works.
I don't know how black holes work. We didn't learn that in orc school.
Lydia's just face down on the ground, already trying to rest, and is just like, as soon as you say, "Is that how sound works?" Just like, thumbs down, no other words, just.
They're definitely going to come in and investigate, so we should get a rest in while we have the chance.
Let's do it.
Agreed.
Plus there's cobblestone out there, so who's even to say if they break through cobblestone or not?
Fair, yeah. I figure we need rest more than I'm scared of things right now.
I don't really need to rest, so I can keep watch.
That would be wonderful.
Bailey, team time.
Bailey appears from nowhere.
Bailey appears from the ether.
Hey guys.
Hey, we get spells back.
Warlock does, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How do you not know what your class gets in a short rest?
We've literally like never taken a short rest.
I remember that one time that I wanted to take a short rest, and Sunny insisted that we did not.
Oh wait, no. You've taken 2. You guys have taken 2 short rests. You did once in the bottom of Fort Kingston against Sunny's other amount of protests.
But yeah, Kazia, if you want to keep watch for us.
Oh hell yeah.
Sure, not a problem.
All right, so I guess we take a short rest while Kazia keeps watch.
Yeah, Kezia and Bailey will take watch.
Okay.
Cool.
So during our rest, do we like all close our eyes and rest, or do we talk while we rest?
You can definitely talk. It's basically you can't do any like strenuous activity.
Is it 10 minutes or an hour?
Half hour to an hour.
Yeah.
Neither. Got it. I'm great at these short rests.
I think at the end of the last session, Ode referenced a play, and so I think she would be like, hey Ortec, I don't think you were around when I said that what happened was a lot like the play Chariots, but in the play Chariots, there's like an abandoned town, and some people are trying to make an inn still like work in the abandoned town, and then like a famous chef comes through because he's heading to a competition, and he gets kind of stuck in the town, but then he makes the people he helps the people run the tavern so that they can be more successful at it, and then at some point there's chariots involved, and also at the end they all get attacked by giant sand monsters, and so that's kind of what made me think of the movie Chariots, of the play Chariots.
I feel like there is a weird coincidence with the abandoned town and sand monsters, but everything else there was a kind of strange difference from reality. But I guess, yeah, I see why it rings a bell.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it followed our situation exactly, then
that'd be kind of weird, actually. That'd be spooky. You're right. Fair.
And Zeka's like a baker.
Yeah.
Anyway, Morak's family actually sponsored the Catharsis performance of that play a couple years ago, so Morak, you probably remember that too, right?
Yeah, the way you can tell my family sponsored it is that typically when we have plays in Catharsis, they say, and we'd like to say thank you to the Tusbanes to making us safe and secure and running the government. But in that play, they said we'd like to give a special thanks to the Tusbane because we funded it.
So, like, all plays thank you, but only ones you pay for special.
Well, I mean, typically at events in Catharsis, you thank the Tusbanes for running the government and making sure that everyone's safe and making sure that everyone's fed and leading the revolution.
That seems like a really long sentence for just a simple thank you. You know, Artok, I want to give you a special thanks for creating that moonbeam that killed that one archer. And
my pleasure. It saved my skin too.
And Morak, I'd like to give you a special thanks for. I'm sure I can't remember exactly who you then Sunny, I'd like to give you a special thanks
I think I got killed, honestly. I don't really know what happened.
for like making sure we didn't kill that archer
You
so
did.
that we could interrogate him. And Kezia,
Yeah, Kezia,
Go on.
I started getting bashed.
I'd like to give you a regular thanks for being there.
Like, I honestly, it felt very like a lot of adrenaline was going on, and then it felt like I just got punched in the head and I just got knocked out real quick. But I don't remember what you did, Kezia.
Yeah, I don't either. I got stuck in a barrel for most of that
Real
fight.
quick, we did. You just reminded me. We did take a hostage there, didn't we?
They're on the floor right now.
Should we?
And I would like to give a special thanks to this guy.
See, it feels good, and it feels good when you give special thanks to people. It's warranted, like especially with like everything that the Tusbanes do to the people of Catharsis. It's warranted, and also in Orcish, it's much quicker.
What do you mean?
Like in Orcish, it's just a quicker thing.
They just
And
have
in
a word
Orcish,
for
it's like
second
an
word.
Orcish.
You know how halfling is like Spanish, so it's faster than common? Orcish is the same way.
Orcish, they have actually
Like
one word.
Mexican Spanish as opposed to like Spain Spanish.
It's
Castellan?
The actual way to say, and a special thanks to the Tusbanes for providing peace, security, and running the government is just the simple word of lep.
Gracias.
But it's a very specific sentence.
La paz. Y seguridad.
From this point forward, anytime Morak does anything good, I'm gonna say lep.
We made this session lep.
Alright, I'm gonna just write that down, yep.
To
Yep.
bees, please.
Yep.
Then put in parentheses like a whole paragraph.
It's a very
Or
efficient
in
language.
common.
You can write a whole book on a napkin.
So we have a hostage that we should probably do something with.
I think he's more of a prisoner of war. Hostage implies that he didn't really do anything wrong, or perhaps that there's somebody trying to save him. I don't think there's anyone going to try to save him. I don't think we could ransom him.
All right. You know, I marked the distinction. I understand. We should still deal with him.
Yep.
In the interest of pacing, do you guys want to deal with him during or after your short rest?
After.
Sure. Yeah. After.
Alright, you've been outvoted, Artuk.
God, just saying, clearly Zeka and Byron are already taking a short rest right now.
Well,
They've
no.
already clocked
Byron is being punished by God for fucking black holing you guys and defying the patch notes.
Didn't he already get punished? Because, I mean, he did die.
And that's for Carson.
What did I
It's
get punished for then?
It's the opposite
hubris. Hubris is what you were punished for, Morak.
You didn't have a soul.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Unless like there's something that would cause it, like where we have to deal with this guy before our rest is over.
Yeah. I mean, we'll keep an eye on him throughout it, but I think otherwise, after we'll deal with him. So, we do the short rest.
Okay, and Kezia, you are staying on watch, right?
Yeah, I'm staying on watch.
Is anyone else doing anything, or are you guys just kind of focused on rest and just idle conversation?
I
well,
was
first-
giving people very special things.
yeah, well, naturally. We're not going to gloss over that. Lep.
I want to make sure we take some time and search this guy and make sure he's completely disarmed, I guess, before we
Okay.
take a rest.
Yeah.
I'll give that. You find, after having knocked him out, and he's knocked out, so he doesn't offer any resistance, you do find just a dagger. Nothing of particular note, just a kind of regular dagger. His bow was left outside after you knocked him out unconscious. I'll just assume you take away his quiver of arrows. I think you already looted any of the special arrows, so nothing there other than just more arrows.
Okay, I give them to Kezia. I say, and a special thank you to you, Kezia, for holding these arrows for me.
I only had like 5 left, so thank you.
Good, there are 500 arrows in this quiver.
Hey, DM, how many arrows?
the day I track arrow count, is the day I cancel this game.
There are
Every time
500
Kezia
arrows.
gets more arrows, she has like 5 arrows left.
She
I was
just
on my
dropped.
last one. Thank you.
She just drops them all. Okay, but
Thank you. I was about to try shooting crossbow bolts.
Kezia, if you could you please make a perception check as you're kind of just keeping eyes out?
Can I get help from Bailey?
Yes, you can.
Also, everyone make sure not to give yourself hit points and key points back yet because we haven't finished our short rest.
David, did we finish our short rest yet?
Hold on, Kezia.
Well, 12, por favor.
Kezia, as you kind of watch over it with Bailey's assistance, you do notice that maybe 2 minutes after the fight, you do feel that just kind of that kind of rumbling in the ground. All of you, for that fact, begin to feel it. And Kezia, you see like the dirt and kind of the stone that just kind of surrounds the town, like raise up almost as if it's clearly being breached by one of these canyon makers, and it is a fair whack larger than the one that you had dealt with before. But as you notice it kind of begin to approach the town, not at the exact edge of town, but pretty close to it, it kind of breaches some of the cobblestone that makes up the kind of where the last of the foundation was. You see it just suddenly, the dirt underneath it kind of there's almost like this schism as it just suddenly seems to hit something and just begins to kind of move in the other direction. And throughout your watch, you see that again and again. Not as if, you're being circled like sharks or anything, but every now and again, something is, approaching this kind of the vicinity of town. And then, after some kind of point, it begins to kind of, very, quickly move away. Yeah, I think we'll wait on that for now.
Hey guys, I kind of want to go and investigate to see what's turning us away.
I figure we should stay together for now, given what happened last time we split off.
You can see me. I'll be right there.
Kezia, we could see you when you were doing your scouting mission, 20 minutes.
The issue is they could too.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, can we investigate it afterwards?
I'm alright with that. Just let's get all figured out first. Let's just, hold position, get recuperated, then we can move them.
Sure.
I'm definitely down for investigating things, but you're looking to see if you can find what it is that's keeping the sandworms away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought we were very quiet in that whole endeavor.
I mean, if you think about it, I
You're
don't
called
think
a
that
crater.
there would be a town here if they didn't have some sort of defenses against sandworms. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, maybe they were just a very, very quiet town.
Well, did
They're
the
all-
weave...
Children exist.
emotionally subdued.
Kezia, how old are you?
I'm like 28.
Okay, well, that doesn't help. You know if the giant sandworms were a thing that plagued the Empire before the tear or after? Because they could have possibly just been worms before the tear.
To be honest, I don't really know too much about this area of the wastes.
Hey, Sonny, go ahead and make a history check. You have advantage because you are a bot designed for national security, and you feel like this would be on the list.
I hope it's a low check, because just being like, I don't remember there were giant worms.
Hey, Sonny, you have a very clear memory of there not being worms that plagued this land. You have a very real memory of this wasn't a normal occurrence beforehand.
I feel very strongly that these worms are new. But I don't have a very good knowledge of this part of the waste.
To be fair, the waste is very loud sometimes, or sometimes it's very quiet, because, did we know if there was a storm going on in the distance? They probably all went to that. Or one of those rocks started shouting. Or who knows? Who knows what could attract the worms?
Little rocks shouting at the god that made them, asking why.
Why?
Well, I think we know that one thing attracts them is the whooping, successful whooping. Oh yeah,
look.
But maybe, Ode, I like where you're going. Maybe it's just happy gorillas. Maybe they just really like happy gorillas.
That's true. Our sample selection is very small here. So at this point,
100%
we really...
of the time, they want to eat happy gorillas.
If only we had, gosh, what's his name? I'm
Old
kinda
Tobin.
recovering from having been hit a lot. Tobin here to tell us exactly, because he seemed to know, like, for sure.
Lydia, do you know by chance?
Sorry,
if
I was just thinking of a really great punchline in Cherry.
it's a
Was it lit?
very good. It's a very good play.
Anyway, you were asking Lydia a question.
What was your
Oh, God,
question?
Cassie,
You didn't actually
Lydia's
tell me.
mute.
No, you didn't actually ask the question. You just started and never said anything.
Hey, Lydia, we were gonna ask something to Tobin, but we might as well ask you. What causes the sandworms to come after people? Because were we loud back there? I don't remember a lot of what happened. I got hit in the head and it kind of all went black.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's sound, and I'm pretty sure whatever that whir, she starts doing this. You sense she might have a concussion, actually, because she seems like kind of getting a little too into that. I think that might be kind of contributed to it. Also, the loud crash of when that stopped. Also, the sounds of screaming and death.
So all worms coming or no? Should we run?
I don't know. Isn't she the one who's doing patrol? Points at Kezia.
I think we're good. They're coming and then they leave because they hit something. So it definitely wasn't the sandworm's fault why the city fell.
Zeka, would you mind maybe doing some, like, memory and concentration testing with Lydia to help see if she
Okay. I'll give her a non-sugar cookie.
I want some bread.
Do you want a non-sugar cookie?
Mixed bread
It's like a
better.
sugar cookie, but I forgot half the ingredient.
I have the ingredient. He doesn't have his S's anymore.
No, it's just one ingredient.
And I forgot half of it.
I bought a bunch of
Unfortunately,
flaxseed
S's were one
flour
of them.
Morak because of his celiac disease. Do you just want to eat it? I don't know what to do with it.
If you eat all the ingredients, they'll turn to a bread in your stomach.
Hey, David, do I trust Zeka to be able to do a concussion test on Lydia, or should Owen do that?
Would you trust a 14-year-old who had the power of God on his side?
Got an anime on his side.
He literally has God and anime. Okay, I think Ode will maybe try to do some like basic. I feel like Ode's medical background comes from like her having seen treatment of people on her commune growing up. So I feel like concussion testing is like one thing that she would have like seen.
I think that's...
For someone that trained as a ninja in a bunch of martial arts, I feel like Ode probably knows how to tell if someone got hit in the head too hard.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Holding a
medicine.
candle.
Go
up
ahead and
her
do a
eye,
medicine check,
like
Mary.
her pupil dilation.
23.
So yeah, no, that's pretty easy to tell. What you probably think happened, because again, the only damage she took was from a black hole. But you know, a black hole doesn't... It was probably, you know, she got pulled towards the black hole, and then a fucking rock that was also getting pulled towards it just conked her, and you actually see like a cut on the back of her head. You don't know how bad it is, but it's probably not great. She'll definitely need to, you know... Were she not an adventurer or character, she would probably need to sit out, and would probably delight in not having to go into danger right now.
Yeah, sorry, let me read the Mayo Clinic's website on treating a concussion.
Nobody
some
let her go to
mayonnaise.
sleep. Hey, I'll tell you, there's not a lot to do for a concussion.
You can lie in a dark room and avoid stimuli for 48 hours.
Yep. Oh, more than 48 hours.
Well, it says minimum. I'm gonna actually recommend Lydia that if you don't have to follow us into the cave, well, I mean you can stay with us as long as it's safe, but that we find some pain relief for you, and then try to mitigate any further symptoms by keeping you in like a dark, unstimulating area.
I think that's a great idea. I'll sit here with I'm going to just take 2 names out of head. I'm going to say Zeka and Byron. I'll stay here with them.
Ode will give some instructions to Zeka and Byron for Karen and for Lydia. And then Byron will be offended that we didn't ask him first because he is our resident healer.
And Zeka.
I tried asking Zeka and we saw where that was.
Okay.
We understand, Byron, that you're a resident healer now, or a bard, or whatever you think you are. But to be fair, you did just send a black hole at us a few minutes ago. So I think you're not fit for
That's fair. I am the cause of the problem. Anyway, I'm going to fade into the background now.
Okay. Just remember that if we are far away from you guys, you can just start following us just in the perfect distance where we don't know you're there, but you can show up at any time.
Don't worry. We know how the evolving battle works. We'll make it happen. We'll know where to be.
Adam, did
Perfect,
we
thank
get
you.
too silly for you? You either started looking like zoned out or really annoyed.
I was not really annoyed. I was just chilling.
Okay.
Anyway, all the NPCs, unless you have another question for Lydia, they'll fade into the background now. But otherwise,
No, I was genuinely trying to care for Lydia. Like, I think that was probably more Mary being a bit tipsy and being concerned for everyone than it was.
no, very good work. Very good work from Ode. And you know what? This is why people don't want to kill Ode. She's the only one who once again showed a basic human amount of concern for another person.
Kenzie's not human, she can't show human amounts of concern.
Yeah, and you think that's the reason that there's a problem? Yeah, let's go with that.
Sunny's gonna look
I
around.
was like, that is a good point. And I was like, oh, it's not a human.
Yeah, but I got Mary.
Humanoid emotion, alright? Whatever.
Show the proper work amount of concern.
Which is, you agreed that she said when sassing Byron. Yeah, Morak had the proper response for his people. Everyone else dropped the ball.
Sunny's
So-
gonna look around and think like, wait a minute. So, this concussion that you say, why have none of us had one of those? Because I'm pretty sure.
Starlight.
It's like a more human thing that happens. I think it's extra.
So why does it hit Kezia?
Half elves. She's a halfling.
No.
I never get concussions.
Yeah,
Actually,
see, she's
Byron
too
has
strong
probably
that
had
no
one
one hits
for
her
like
head.
a year now, so it's probably good that he sits out too.
We're just.
Oi, don't worry.
Office,
I'm just
I'm
going to take a nap on this. It'll be fine. 20 minutes in and out.
Yeah, that's the smart.
Is Zeka human on his top half? It's probably good that he sits out too. This works out.
Yeah,
No
we
more
just,
cushions.
Okay, everybody who thinks they may have or have had a concussion, sit out for 48 hours in this dark room, and then you're cured.
For forever.
You have an immunity to concussions. You get one, it's like chickenpox, you get a concussion as a kid. That way you don't get one later in life.
Natural immunity to concussions.
That's all.
Okay,
That's all I have to contribute.
So Kezia, we're good on the whole worm thing.
Yeah, we're good on the whole worm thing. I still want to see if we could just destroy the entire town by destroying the things that are keeping it away. But that might be a little bit too
Wait.
early, seeing as we're still in
Well-
the town.
Why?
Kezia, do you think? Now I'm just thinking here, because my head still hurts a lot. But
Oh, he probably has a concussion.
I don't know what that is. That's not something orcs deal with. There is a large structure underneath the surface of this town, most likely, judging by both the large entrance to the structure and two, if we know anything about sorry, there's a person watching videos right by me, and it's very distracting. It's super distracting. I forgot my train of thought.
There's
But,
probably a building, structure below is what you were saying.
Yes, God. Grumsh.
Grump.
Thank you for saying that. There's most likely a large lab facility below us. Possibly with water, possibly with not. The last two had water. I don't know. These
Water
were.
does seem to be a consistent theme here, huh?
I just feel like since they're all squiddy, they probably like water. Or
That's
some
fair.
sort of goo. And the worms seem like they prefer sand and not goo or other liquids.
Wait, sorry, were you saying that there's probably a structure beneath the town? It seems like it could be equally likely that there's some sort of
Agree.
magical barrier around the town, right?
I think the magical barrier is probably not super likely, considering that we couldn't really use magic without getting screwed over by it while we were doing stuff. Like, I brought down a thunderstorm, and it hurt me just trying to do that. I think if you had a big source of magic like a barrier here, it would be really difficult to keep up.
That's a good point, Arta.
What was this town? What's this town called? What is this town?
Batro.
Batro. Thanks, disembodied voice.
I've
Or wait,
told
was it on a sign?
It is on a sign saying "Welcome to Batro Population." You said some of the Weavescarred, or some people who were living here had a little bit of fun because you can see like in a cartoon, like when someone when you go into an old west town, how like in the shows they will go and be like, I rode in town, 46, 47. You see it is currently down to about 8.5.
Do we?
Why half?
Do we know what this?
Why do you
town
think
is
half?
for?
Oh, I count as
Yeah,
half
what was-
person.
That's fair. What was the
What was the
purpose
purpose?
of Batro?
Yeah.
I don't think you guys ever found. You were told by the kid Liam that there was something here, but otherwise you just knew it was an imperial town.
All right.
Hey, Morak, make an intelligence check. Sonny, make a history check. It's a town. Like, Sonny, your memory is scrambled. That's part of your fucking backstory. Like,
Wow.
why would you remember this town? Morak,
This is a town.
why would you learn
Humans
about
used to
this?
live in these.
Could we investigate the town a little bit and just know, like, all the structures more military-esque? Are they more like home-esque? Like, what's going on here? Like, I know they're ruins, but like, if they all have like multiple bedrooms and like fire pits and kitchens,
I
then we
mean,
know they're homes as opposed to like military barracks. You know.
Fair. I mean, it probably was someplace that existed before the tear, so
Have we
like-
completed our short rest?
Oh yeah, short rest is done now.
Okay.
Cool.
Key.
But yeah, if you guys, having now finished your short rest, want to investigate the town, you are absolutely free to do so.
Is the prisoner awake?
No,
Okay.
probably has a concussion. Oh no, he's sleeping.
Oh no! Put him in the 48-hour dark room.
are we keeping them with are we keeping the prisoner with Byron and Zeka?
Yeah.
I'll kill him immediately, just like you guys want.
We know Zeka. We know how much of a murder machine you are.
I'll drink his blood and use it as a part of my bread.
Little too
do
satanic
we-
there, bud.
do
Especially
we-
with the goat legs.
Do we
Praise
expect
Grumsh.
there to be any more Weavescarred here, or do we think that that was it? It was just like a little encampment. Because, you know, it's all fine and dandy to go search in the town, and I'm here for that if we don't expect a bunch of reinforcements to just come up from underneath while we don't have the drop on them.
Right, I think our scouting mission did get interrupted by a big fight.
I can keep looking.
I feel like, I guess investigating the town and scouting to see if there's more of them is kind of the same thing.
I guess if there are more of them, they might be so far deep in the mine that they didn't hear the fight. So.
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah, I guess it's probably
I
safe.
could stand by the entrance to the cave and then use thaumaturgy if I see anyone coming. To,
That's
like,
fair.
let you all know
We could
when
possibly
the
just. I'm sure that we could come up with some sort of like alarm or trap or something. Like there's a bunch of debris around here. We could do a simple like tripwire trap and then hear them fall, or
Ooh, I
just
like
a bunch of jingly bells hanging on a wire.
That seems a little more complicated than me just standing.
Well, do you guys not keep jingly bells on you? It's the holidays. Arbor Day's coming up.
In fact,
Aquarius Day is right around the corner.
Merry Grumpschmas.
and I know for a fact I have a video devoted to the fact that Kezia for sure has a bunch of jingly bells at all times.
Yeah, we could just put a bunch of jingly bells on a low-hanging string across the entrance, and then when they walk in, it's just tingle, tingle, tingle.
You know,
And
we did
then- and
actually
then
have one druidic holiday, and that was it was a
Jingle
celebration.
Day?
No. It was a celebration day that we gave back. We called it Boltree, and we would wish each other a merry Boltree every time it would come up.
give an inspiration?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it was
That's amazing.
a celebration of the trees.
Adam, that like totally coincides with my last name. Oh, that's amazing.
You know, coincidentally, your first name too.
Okay. I also want to mention that apparently Fritz's guys. Okay. Also time out for a little bit. Also, apparently a bunch of Fritz's friends are all watching the stream right now, and they screenshotted my face and texted Fritz saying, "I like the new haircut."
Yo, nice.
I literally didn't pick up on that being my first name.
Well. God damn it. Yeah, Adam, if you didn't take the inspiration, this is a reminder. You just got it for that.
I got you. Thank you.
Alright, do you guys want to explore the town for a bit?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright, are you guys going to rig a Home Alone-esque trap at whatever that kind of... Again, there is like a tunnel that is like 30 feet wide and like 10 feet or so tall that is boring like into a mountain.
Does it look like a Does it look like man-made? I suppose for like.
Yes, most definitely. But yeah, who would like to go first? Who has an idea?
Wait, did we rig the thing or not? Because I feel like I would make you roll for rigging the thing.
That was part of it. Like I was just like, do you
Yeah, I
guys
feel
who
like
wants
the
to do your
first thing
stuff?
we do, and then maybe split off into smaller groups.
Okay. Who would like
Pretty small
to?
group.
Who would like to take
Just
the?
we're the town. I don't know why a whole group would walk around the town together. I don't know.
I don't
Fair.
know why you wouldn't leave Ode to just scout, but she's not gonna stop you.
Okay. Morak, you want to set it up? I think I have some of those jingly bells still.
Oh yeah, sure, I can do that.
Here, why don't I help
Fine.
you?
Thank you.
Ode specifically has the thought that it would be useful to ask Lydia, the artificer, and then doesn't say anything.
Or
More
would you
ex-
prefer to direct me, O great leader?
What, me?
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of pain, Kezia. I appreciate your thematics in this. I really do. It makes me feel good. I know I'm a good leader most of the time, but I really don't know how I feel about anything right now. I couldn't use magic on the guy over there, and I couldn't defeat him in combat, so I'm kind of just out of it right now. If you just want, like, I have some string, we can just put the bells on it, and we can figure it out.
Okay, let's do that.
Thank you.
Morak, make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Okay, no, you're not. You're gonna roll a sleight of hand check. You didn't use any magic for this. You used bells and string.
I know, I just clicked my mouse.
You've got guidance, so plus a d4.
Sweet.
Cool, add that D4, bud.
I need it. Hell yeah. Morak's not looking good.
This is delightful.
Like, typically when we all die, it's because of, like, a big monster munches on us. Or, like, a big spell hits us. Or something like that. Morak just got punched.
Can Archon tell that this is,
He was done.
Like,
Can Archon tell the shoddy construction here? Or is this
In all
like,
fairness,
are we all
you know what? I think you were scouting. I think this is down to
in
that.
all
To that.
fairness, I did say Kezia was offering her help.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
I guess, and then I made a joke about instead of him doing it, me doing it.
Kezia.
Has a headache.
Kezia, roll sleight of hand.
Sorry,
See
you don't have
Morak
guidance.
trying really hard to get a bell on the rope.
It's like getting a
Like threading the needle.
I'm
Kezia.
just watching him do this as I'm just threading all of them and just looking.
Mark's trying to get the string through a needle, and Kezia's basically like setting up these bells. They look like Christmas lights all around, like the mouth of whatever this entrance is. I got it. Oh.
Yep, you do. Good job, buddy. You did that really fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mark, you're having a time of it. Sonny, did you ask me a question a second ago?
No, I did not.
Okay. Sonny, do you want to ask me a question right now?
Yeah, I want to try to get a gauge.
I'm gonna have Ode go with Sunny because she's annoyed that Morak rejected her idea and also doesn't understand why we're scouting. So Sunny is like the least annoying person.
The two people. Wait, yeah, the two people who wanted to scout decided not to be the ones to scout. Sunny and Ode, what are you guys up to? Artuk, we'll jump to you.
I died 8 minutes ago, like 38 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Stop
you are
this.
really just dragging it out. Good lord, we're never gonna live this down. You think you got hit by a car or something?
Hit with a bunch of fists, guys. It's
Yeah.
really bad.
So Morag basically was in a fucking boxing match, and then just when he went down, the guy just didn't stop. So yeah, Mark, you're hurting all over.
Freaking fought like Ivan Drago and lost, guys. No one seems to care.
Wow,
No,
and did
no,
you
no,
notice
I think-
that when we were giving out special thanks, no one gave special thanks to Ode for killing Ivan Drago.
Well,
Morag
while
doesn't
Sunny-
remember it.
While Sunny and Ode are walking, Sunny's gonna be like, "Hey Ode, I just wanted to say, special thanks to you for killing that guy."
Let's go stop, put her hand on Sunny's shoulder and say, "Thank you, Sunny. Really, really means a lot." And I can't even do Ode's voice because it means so much to me.
And as she puts the paw down, there's a big old blood mark on Sunny's shoulder
It
from
leaves this
all the fist blood.
like Tobin imprint of blood. If you were in the army still, I give you a promotion.
Oh, well, what rank did you have when you were in the army?
I was special forces, which means I didn't really have a rank, but I was allowed to grow a beard.
Oh, how is it to grow a beard as a warforged?
I fucking disguise self so I have a big giant fucking beard. Pretty easy.
Wow, yeah, it's you know, it's hard to grow a beard as a tabaxi, I hear, so that's all the more impressive.
Sonny considers for a moment what a tabaxi beard would look like. Is that just like a mane?
It's just a
Or-
fluffy cat.
It's like a Maine Coon or something. When they grow a beard, there's just all of them getting longer and longer haired, like a Persian cat or something.
No, I like the idea that like there's a tabaxi specifically growing a beard.
There's a shape of his whole body except for the beard. Oh.
Anyway, I'll kind of follow you during this scouting mission because I kind of trust you and your special forces knowledge.
Who told you I was special forces? We've got a mold among us. Keep your eyes peeled, though.
Okay.
Sunny's going to do. I want to just investigate the general area. Don't think we should spend a whole lot of time on this, but I want to see if there's any indication of if the Weavesguard were using this town, if they were living here, and if so, how many there were, or if there's been a significant amount of travel in and out.
Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
10.
I don't have proficiency in that, or else I'd help you.
A 10? Okay, with that, I'll say that you do find that there is basically, like, just among it, like, there is a singular building, or, like, kind of like almost like a lean-to setup with, like, several, like, cots and such. You also do see one horse, still alive. It actually looks like it's wearing kind of like purplish armor, and actually you see on the saddle there is like a Weavesguard like brand into the leather.
Does Ode see the horse?
Yeah, you guys are both together.
Okay. Whoa, Sunny. Why don't you let me go look at the horse? Because it might be an asset.
Alright, you can go interrogate the horse. But if it starts getting rowdy,
I'll call you in. You're my backup.
Sunny's gonna move into a position where there's great visibility on the horse.
The horse is just kind of standing there.
I want full cover with elevation.
You've got it. You've got it. Do you prep Overwatch?
Oh yeah, Overwatch up.
Anyway, yeah, no, you're able to get a fucking bead on this horse. It's not an issue. Just gonna also drop that onto the screen. I just took a few seconds to make an Ivan Drago, and we're just gonna have him replace Keanu Reeves real quick. Just get out of here.
Sorry, I think you mean that's an Ivan Drago looking motherfuckers who comes out of the cave in a minute.
He's like,
No.
Please, no, for Morak's sake.
how many? Next,
I break you.
you gotta
Morak
fight.
starts running.
You gotta fight Mr. T. How many cots are there? Are we talking like 5?
I don't know the exact amount of basically the amount of guys you guys killed plus 1.
Okay, sounds good.
And they were roommates.
But yeah, like it's not like one thing, but it's like built into the ruins and like several tents, but they all seem like abandoned, and it's like you don't feel worried there's a lot of other guys inside at all.
Okay, that's good.
David, is Tobin nearby enough that I could bring the horse to Tobin and be like, hey, you good? And then go back to Sunny?
Yeah, honestly, make an animal handling check for me real quick.
Oh, that'll be fun. I'm not the worst.
You're not the best though either.
What's Ode's AC?
Oh, it's 16.
As you get close to it, it attempts to kick you.
Wait, hold on. I'm shooting it. I want to use my prepared action to shoot this motherfucker before it kicks her.
Yeah, no, you literally see Ode as you get towards it, as you're like, hey, buddy, it immediately turns around and prepares to kick you. Sunny, go ahead and take your attack.
Oh my god. Ode shouts stop at Sunny. If I can.
Wait,
Get busy dodging.
wait, guys. This horse is in leather armor. I think it has a higher AC than 14. We're fine.
It's 1 plus its dex, or 11 plus its dex.
Oh, this horse should have good dexterity.
Alright, 14.
Let me look up. Hey, let me look up its stats real quick.
Like
How do horses
13.
not have good dexterity?
Hey, that hits. You wing the horse. It isn't dead though. It isn't even.
Stop. I think I just spooked it, because I'm a walking cat.
It's freaking out now because it was shot. So.
I'm just gonna go get Tobin and tell him where the horse is, and we're just gonna avoid it.
Okay.
It's gonna try to kick Ode again though.
I've moved away from it.
Alright, you get away, luckily. Yeah, you're able to fetch Tobin, though.
No, I'm going to go to Tobin once I know that Sunny won't kill the horse.
I'll go with Ode.
You have a bead
Well,
on... you have a bead on the horse the whole time, though.
Yeah.
You're able to get to, Tobin. Liam's also there. Liam's just kind of lying down. He's just tired. He's not built for this adventuring life. He's like 15, 16.
Can be
Just a
friends with
baby.
Zeka.
Nah, he's also was a part of a cult devoted to killing magic, so...
Oh, you
Be
can
friends
definitely
with
get friends with Becca.
Hey,
What?
Tobin, there's a horse over there that's injured, and I thought
No one
kinda
knows why.
spooked it. I thought you might be able to take care of the horse better than me and Sunny. And also, you doing good over here?
We're doing fine. I'm not getting near a horse. Those things are the stupidest and most powerful animal in the world. I am not going to deal with that thing. It will just kick me to death for no reason.
Alright, well, you heard him. We gotta put it down.
Well, anyway, we also observed that there's sandworms that can't get inside this perimeter, and Ode kind of gestures generally to the perimeter, so stay inside.
He moves inside the perimeter promptly. Excellent idea. Thank you for communicating that.
Yeah.
We come back, we didn't tell him, and he's dead.
Okay, Sunny, please continue. Sorry, I disturbed your scouting mission.
I think I've got everything that I'm gonna get. I guess I continue if it needs more time to complete that.
Let's take this moment to jump over to Artuk to see what he's up to. Artuk.
Right. I was standing there, like, prepping my bag when Morak and Kezia walked one way and Ode and Sunny went the other. I was like,
You came with us. Didn't you
Yeah,
cast guidance?
you cast guidance on Morak.
Oh yeah, I guess I was there, wasn't I? Fair. Okay, fair. Then I went with the two of them. But while they were figuring out bells and stuff, and we're sort of in like the central area of town anyway, I was like,
The bells and whistles of trap making, you might say.
truly.
I was wondering what Eric was doing, and then I figured out he was miming Morak doing the bells.
I probably-
It's so hard. I don't know.
You see, I'm
probably just gonna try to get like as much of a bird's eye view of the town. I feel like I don't know why in my head I'm imagining this as like one of those things where it's like a European town where the tallest buildings are in the center and it sort of goes down a little bit as you get further away, or at least like there's some central like not cathedral, but like big spire type building or something. I'm gonna see if I can't, if there is any such like central and tall building, I will try to scale it somewhat.
Honestly, as you look around, this seems like a very kind of like low to the ground. Like there is maybe one second-story building, or rather there was, and then 30 years of living in this hellscape knocked over part of the building. So like there's not really much you can do to get just without doing like transforming into a bird or like finding like using some way to get into the air to get a really good view of this town. I'll say this town isn't huge. Like it's more so than the area described on the map, but not by a wide margin. It's almost like built as a kind of like a half circle based against this kind of large face of a mountain.
All right. Well, hey, then if we're against this large face of a mountain, it looks on the map like I've climbed up some level of stairs to get to where we are now at the mouth of the cave. Can I see out over most of this fairly flat town from where we are?
Wait, what stairs are you talking about?
On the map, if you just go straight, you run into stairs onto a giant amorphous rock.
I don't think those are stairs. That's the top of the.
That's the top of that entrance into the cave.
I've been seeing those as stairs the entire time.
Understandable.
Could have been better choreographed, but yes.
If only we had a better map making software.
Well, do I have the purchase for you? Give me $20, Eric.
Like that, you would be able to like if you climbed on top of that would give you like 12 feet. Like you would be 12 feet in the air or so, but it's not like, probably closer to 15. But it's still not like huge.
Okay. Well then, scrap that briefly then. I'm going to just sort of, from the best vantage points I can, take a walk and just like look forward and around and along the wall of this rocky mountain side that we're up against. And I just want to see like we believe that there is some underground facility here. Are there ventilation shafts? Are there other ways down there, or did whoever drilled this giant facility make one in and out hole and no other way to get out, no way to get air, no way to get anything?
Roll a perception check.
Sure thing. I'm going to guide myself because I never do that, and I really ought to.
Would a squid want a
What does
ventilation
Artuk
shaft?
do to guide himself?
I feel like Artuk
Feels himself.
like no, he like
just feels himself up real quick. He's like, oh yeah, this is good.
He takes some deep breaths and tries to focus on maintaining control of his anxiety.
Oh, poor Artuk.
Fail the
He gets
save.
some
Fail the
cocoa
save.
butter, rubs it
Okay,
on his
so
chest.
Perception. It didn't roll. Perception. That was not an advantage, so I guess it would just be the first.
It's
not
just
It would be the 28.
It's just
28.
Wait.
So a natural 20.
Oh, that is a natural 20, isn't it? +4. This is literally the best that I can physically possibly do.
I made the DC 30 because I was like, you're asking me if you can look at a mountain and spot something. And I was like, yeah, this is impossible, but you know what? We're gonna give you the roll for it.
It wasn't just something, it was holes, it was
Oh, a hole in a mountain? A hole in a mountain, you say?
Okay, fair. Okay, it was a stretch, it was difficult, but it wasn't like I was doing anything else productive.
Yeah, it seems
Regardless,
like a DC 30 to me.
regardless, 32.
Artuk, as you look around, you see for just a second, you see like pretty far up the mountain just this very small like hint of this almost like this thin wisp of like this almost green gas like escaping just out, like a very small part, like a fair whack up the mountain, not like a mile, but like it would take like a bit of a climb. Morak would probably be able to do it pretty quickly, or Ode for that matter. Actually, Ode much easier than Morak. Sorry, I'm thinking strength. Don't forget that. No.
So I was like, Morak.
Sorry, no. You feel like Ode would be able to get up there, but it would be a bit of a trek for everyone else. You can't really see a whole lot of detail, but you see that, and then nearby you just see... Yeah, no, actually no, you just see that. This just kind of thin wisp of gas escaping there that you are just barely able to make out against, like, the sky.
Huh. Alright, that's useful and interesting. I'm gonna reconvene with people.
No.
Sonny, what the hell happens to that horse?
If it's too dangerous to be left alive.
Roll to attack.
Yeah. So Sunny's gonna. I mean, if Ode is actively trying to stop him, or like keep him from going back there. If Ode is in any way making moves to make him not kill this horse, he's not gonna like.
I mean, I think Ode would be like, I don't see why we need to kill it. Like, just because Tobin and you don't like horses doesn't mean we need to kill it. Like,
I just don't want that thing near me.
we
Like,
walked away from Tobin.
farewell. Good luck with your adventure, your quest, adventurers. I wish you well. I will see you all in Valhalla's gates.
Lydia is in that house.
I look back at Tobin and I give him a knowing look. And in fact, oh wait, I've got what's the spell? No, I don't have whisper.
Hey,
Okay.
roll insight for me. By the way, you can telepathically speak with people because
yeah,
you're
that's what I
that.
was thinking. Insight. Right there. 16. That's not bad.
What do you say to Tobin?
I say, you know what to do.
Oh, hey, as you read insight, right before you said that, you see Tobin look at you, and you see a look in his eye that says, you know what to do.
And Ode is talking to Sunny and just being like, I just would need a specific reason to kill it because I'm kind of concerned about our
Denial of
group
resources
and
to
even
the enemy.
you with like making some actions that I don't know how moral they are. So and then Ode kind of looks like, wait, shit, I shouldn't have said that. And then she's like, I would need a reason to kill it.
Denial of resources to the enemy. If it's dead, they can't use it.
The enemy, why don't we just kill all the Weave Scarred? Because we all kind of agree.
How is that more moral, first of all?
Because the Weave Scarred would kill us. That horse was just trying to kick me. Which is...
Takes a good point.
You could bring up the fact that Byron did stab you that one time.
Well, also the Weave Scarred have stabbed me.
That's true.
That horse is not trying to stab me, and I care much more about stabbing than being kicked.
You actually did see Ode on your way there. There was a knife sheath on the horse. It doesn't look like it was the horse's. It looks like whoever its rider was, but you do realize that, yeah, it could.
It's just like, I know none of us are particularly good with horses, but at this point, we could potentially use it as a resource. Or,
Alright.
like, not let a living creature, well, kill a living creature.
Sonny's gonna go back to the horse. And I am going to try to befriend it.
Yeah, make an animal handling check with disadvantage. Because this is against your fundamental nature.
7.
What's your AC?
18.
It's trying to kick you again. It does connect, but it hits your metal chassis and you're fine.
I look at Ode and I say, I'm sorry, Ode, I have no choice. And I'm
What,
going
to
shoot it.
kill it?
You saw, he came at me.
I can say out of character, I want Sunny to kill it because I want Ode to feel more validated to being.
It tries to kick Sunny again, and it once again
Why don't we
misses.
just leave some food and water for it, and then
It's gonna try biting you soon, you get the feeling.
So Sunny's gonna take a couple steps back. What kind of life do you see this horse having here? We just killed the people who were taking care of it. Obviously, it has to have nothing to do with us, and it's a damn dirty horse.
Sunny, we just came across a horse, and I thought it might be best not to kill it. I don't want to get into a philosophical discussion of whether domesticated animals can live a content life back in the wild.
All right. I know how this is gonna play out, but for you, Ode, we'll let it play out. Sunny, I go and I take off.
I take out all my Twinkies and I give them to the horse. And I give us a water, and then I walk away.
Sunny is going to walk up to the horse. He's, trying to be cautious about it, but more so than trying to calm it. He's just trying to work quickly.
Okay, Ode is now also annoyed with Sunny, and she's gonna go find Byron, who she thinks would be able to potentially placate a horse, and Zeka, because they both grew up on farms.
And he goes, and I'm gonna just take off its saddlebags and stuff, and take off all of its stuff, and then try to free it and let it go.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
It's gonna keep trying to kick you.
He's not worrying about being kicked. He's just trying to do it quickly so it gets kicked the least amount.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
4.
It finally connects. 1 second.
Oh, as you're walking away, you hear a hollow metal thunk.
Oh my god.
Probably like a clang. It's horseshoes on.
You take 2 points of damage. Roll another sleight of hand check. There you go. In spite of the first kick, you immediately you are able to basically release it from its post and its saddlebags more than anything. It's not hard. It isn't great because the horse is fighting you, but you're able to do it. And immediately on doing that, it just takes off away from you into the wastes.
Be free, horsey.
All right.
He looks to Ode.
Ode has walked away.
Ode, I let the horse go.
Oh my god. I thought we could use the horse and take care. Ode continues to walk away from Sunny.
Did you see how it was kicking me? Obviously, it wanted nothing to do with us. Should have killed that horse. There's no winning. I'm gonna look through the saddlebags. Is there anything cool?
There's grain. You see a registration tag saying property of Amir.
It was Amir's horse?
Ode goes and sits by the cave entrance and keeps watch for people coming from the cave. She just does what she wanted to do originally.
Make a
She's thinking to herself, man, me hanging out with Sunny never goes well. They could just let me keep watch.
Make a perception check for me. Ode, no one's coming up. You don't hear a hint nor whisper of anyone coming up, even in spite of the bells, even in spite of this. And as you look forward and are just okay, fine, whatever, you look forth. You look far beyond the town's edge, and you see a horse, now free to roam the ways. And it looks towards you. It gives itself a very shallow whinny, and kind of like that kind of adorable thing a horse does where it goes back on its hind legs to kind of signify that it's doing something. And then you see the ground around it begin to rise up as it moves towards the horse. And the horse starts taking off away.
I wanted to be known that I did not want this.
I just put in the appropriate GIF for this horse in the group chat. Is that but a horse?
Followed immediately by being chased down.
So wait, did Ode come over to us as we're setting up the...
I think you all can recollect around each other now. I think Sunny's finished with his stuff. Kezia and you have assembled your alarm, and you're all together.
Kezia assembled it.
You see Byron emerge concussed from the shed, though. What?
No offense. Did you spend the entire amount of time that Sunny and Ode were scouting setting up the bells thing?
No, I was gonna do something funny. I was just waiting for someone to show up and get back to our scene.
Oh, okay.
Proceed.
Okay, Kezia, no, you need to understand. When Naz will eventually come to Cathartus, and then we have 90 days to decide if we want to get married. And if we don't, then she'll go back to the Flamelash tribe. And it's very just normal in orc culture, but I understand that other cultures it might not be the same. But like she is my betrothed right now, but I will have 90 days for her to be my fiance. And then we'll decide.
Yeah, you've kind of said this like 2 times now. Are you okay?
I don't think
Or
so.
is this something that you're really worried about? So you just wanted an opinion rather than just my little
You know, I've never really. It's kind of just been like what I've been told I need to do. So I haven't really decided if it's like what I want. Like I want to, but like I
You want to
don't.
be married?
I mean, eventually,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just mute Carson's image. 1 second. Okay, he's gone now. I've disabled his video. No, I mean it's not something that you want.
on the screen.
You don't know. What do you want then?
I really don't know. I think I just want to have fun for a little bit. Honestly, if we're being real here, like my true dream would be to be the High Mage of Cathartus, but I don't know if I can do that right now.
Well, if we continue to investigate the weird weave scarf things, you're definitely going to find something in there that
You
can
know,
be used.
And I think that's where I'm heading, but I don't know.
What do you have to do to prove yourself as High Mage to get that position?
I need to know at least 6 spells.
I could become High Mage then at that level.
Thank you, Kezia. That makes me feel really good.
I think you could too though, because don't you know 6 spells?
I don't know. I'm a little fuzzy on the numbers right now. I've been hit a lot.
Just don't get hit on a lot.
I think that's
Apparently
gonna hard look at me, Kezia. 1, 2, 3.
Was that his little
You see more egg flipping through the nose. 5, 6.
Ode suddenly turns to them and she says, "If you guys found a horse, don't you think there are more options than killing the horse or releasing the horse?"
Oh, we're dealing with his love life right now.
I know 7 spells, Kezia.
Perfect. You
This
can
is
become High Mage.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more than that. But I'm sorry. What did you say? You were eating a horse?
Nothing.
You were eating a horse.
I was not eating a horse.
To be fair, I feel like horses are a little bit overrated. Like in Cathartus, we don't have many horses.
Horses, especially those named Mr. Pickles.
What happened to
Absolutely.
Artuk? Is he still over here?
Artuk's staring at a mountain right now. He's kind of like trying to
It's just
follow a
this
trail.
Kezia.
He kind of looks contemplative.
Artuk, I lied. You're the only one who's not annoying. Well, I was. And then Ode's like, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
I'm glad. The mountain has gas. I mean, like, there's gas coming out of the mountain. There's a hole in the mountain somewhere, and there's gas coming out of that hole, and that
Wait.
means there's another way in.
Are we talking one of the like this mountain, or one of the crabs that is a mountain?
There are no crabs in this town, I think. I mean this mountain.
Oh.
Ooh,
Well, who's to
Artuk,
say if
could
there's
there be
crabs in this town or not?
Well,
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense since there's a big but it's actively going. Like there's
Yeah.
actively. Is it smoke or steam? Can you tell?
It's green, so probably
Ew.
neither. But
Like
I
a
figured-
lot or a little?
like a lot or a little.
It's hard to tell just from that distance. It's kind of like it's so far away that you see it is in and of itself significant, but it's not like a wave of pollution like you would see from like a smokestack.
All right, yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like like crazy billowing, but it also could just be the angle in the distance. We'd have to go up and check, but it's way too high up for me to get without like I could turn into a gas as well, I guess, and go up there. But I think climbing's probably the easy way to check it out.
Well, I know Ode or I could easily climb up that mountain.
Yeah.
Just from our skill sets collectively. But what would we gain from going to the top of the chimney?
I mean, I figured that they probably, if they're smart about this, and generally they've been kind of smart about this, if they have any traps set, they would be set on the way that most people would come in, because it's kind of the only obvious way in. I feel like they probably wouldn't put traps in the chimney.
Also,
So,
we can probably gain as much as we've gained from scouting the town.
yeah, plus if there's
That's
green smoke
true.
coming out, like, what's making green smoke? We could investigate that a little bit before we, walk into wherever it is.
We will want to note though that green smoke often indicates that it's not traditional smoke, and as such probably would be somewhat poisonous.
They're probably burning a... I'm trying to come up with a funny thing that orcs burn that's green.
Fig.
A calabaza gourd. I think that's actually a real thing.
I mean, if it won't bother one of you too much, and I point to where it is, right up there, if you want to go check it out, like, to climb up there. I'm really bad at climbing things, but you guys are both exceptionally good at doing that. We could
That
at least
is
figure
true.
it out.
I'm pretty good at climbing, and I'm also resistant to poison.
That's pretty big. I also don't know if the hole's big enough, like, for one of us to go down, or if it's just like a little, like, air vent or something like that. So that's worth figuring out, too.
I'm pretty good at climbing, and it's harder for me to be hurt by falling.
Very true, very fair.
And then I think Sunny and Ode kind of look at Morak.
I'm exceptionally good at climbing, and I'm not so keen on falling.
Or poison.
How do you feel on poison?
Well, I do have a spell that I could use, and as Kezi and I just discussed, I have 7 of those.
That's nice.
Yes.
Alright,
I
I'm
could
gonna climb up
always use Floating Disc from the Great Wizard Tensa and slowly float myself down, possibly. It still doesn't work that well yet. It's still broken. The damn weave being broken, this spell would be so good otherwise.
Oh no, add that to the patch
Why
notes.
not? This would be interesting.
Alright. I guess we're gonna climb.
Yeah, we're gonna climb.
Ode, are you climbing as well?
No.
You could wait, hold on. Who's the best climber here?
Mary!
Ode. Ode. 100% Ode.
You could go
Ode
up.
has a climbing speed.
You could go up and drop down a rope.
Oh,
Wait,
I will be right
never
back.
mind.
Everybody
I was-
looks over to Artuk and then
I was gonna say,
And then Jesse walks
if it hasn't
away.
been used already, you could use my dagger and make a hole here, and then run up the side of the mountain and make a hole there for us to go through. But my dagger only works once a day, and we already used it today.
We'll just take a nap real quick.
Yeah, do we have how high up was it, David? Like estimated?
Hold on, I'm trying to think of. Probably close to like 130 feet.
And how much is fall damage per 10 feet, by the way?
1d6. So that'd be 13d6, but you also negate a lot of it, so I don't know how much that would negate it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out like what my chances of dying are.
The max damage would be 78.
don't.
Okay, Ode could not die from falling from that. So, do we have rope that extends about 130 feet approximately?
Oh, I bet collectively we do.
Oh, absolutely. But
Okay,
I mean, maybe it's perhaps not worth all of us going up there to check. I thought it was much. My height judging was off. I thought this was much closer.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize it was that high up.
Oh well, I could still go up pretty easily.
Well, we know you could, Ode. You're fantastic at climbing.
Oh well, thank you.
You could perhaps go up there and see if it's worth further investigation. Or
Sonny,
Sure.
random idea.
Mhm.
Do
You
you
want me to
think you
throw
could
you?
carry me anywhere?
Ode gets annoyed with all this talking and starts climbing.
Are
Okay.
you sure it's not Mary? Because
Yeah.
Ode's been annoyed a lot today.
No, Mary's in a great mood. Mary's a little tipsy. She loves everyone.
Ode.
She loves these
Actually,
bastards.
you know what I want to do, David? I really want to see if there's like bits of dim light along this cliff face, and then like a goat, jump to little ledges, and just like be like flat against the wall, and then look up, and then find another point of dim light, and then jump to that.
Ode,
until
make
she's
an acrobatics check for me, but you abso-fucking-lutely can.
okay. It's a natural 20.
Narrate it away. Tell me what this looks like.
I just
Yeah.
told you what I did. Like, you look up, and, like, Ode's next to you, and rather than climbing, she's, like, face against the wall, and you're like, that looks kind of flat. But then you see her feet are, like, on the smallest of ledges, and it's casting, like, the dimmest of light, like, against the face of the wall.
It's like
Because it's, like, a sunny day, but there's shadows against the cliff face. And then she's, like, next to it, but then she's kind of far away, so then you just see her like rock climb next to where her face is kind of next to where the gas is coming from.
Okay. Yeah, as you reach to the top of the cave, you see that it is like, again, it is not like a billowing torrent of smoke. Like, there is just this, like, with this, like, definitely present and definitely visible now that you're closer, just rise of just this green gas from this. It's definitely a tunnel in here, or like a form of like cave in here that you could follow. It is about 6 feet tall, so like it would be kind of narrow. It would be, I think, Artuk and Sunny in particular would kind of have to like hunch over, but could definitely fit. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Also, you can include this in the perception check if you like. I think while she's over there, Ode like has one claw like kind of into the mountain face, and then kind of remembering her some incense, like what's the word? Natural oils, essential oils training from being on the commune, kind of wafts some green gas over to her.
Okay, absolutely. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had the button of perception. Oof, just a 13.
As you kind of waft it over, it's just kind of this unpleasant smell, like just very sudden, like if you just huffed like vinegar or ammonia for a second, just like this very sudden like retch reflex to it. Not immediately harmful, but unpleasant for sure, and that kind of just envelops envelops your senses for the time, and you just are like, by the time you kind of get it back under control, you're just like, okay, I just want to kind of get away from the stank for a second.
So it's kind of like a.
Exactly.
Ode makes that noise. Sorry to have co-opted this moment also, because I feel like it's been maybe I'm just having a lot of emotions this session.
You're good, Mare.
Okay. I don't think I have any like other key points or something that would be helpful here. Do you think I can comprehend languages in the gas, David?
You can definitely burn the points for it. I'll definitely let you burn points if you want.
You can get a
No,
mason
okay.
jar of it.
Ode uses thaumaturgy, and she's like, "It smells bad. Is there anything else you want me to look at while I'm up here?"
Be careful of the worms.
Thank you. Once again.
Be careful of the worms!
Did we not prove that they don't?
And as Ode, you shout back, "We just established they couldn't." You see like one rumbling, and once again, this time you see it because you're on a mountain. You can see it. You see like, actually around this town, not in a perfect hemisphere from the town, but you see every now and again these worms like approach the town and then very suddenly like shoot off kind of away from it, and it's like almost like you see this only because you are this high in the air. you are above the town, you can see like this almost impression of these tunnels as if they are being persistently created because things are approaching and then very quickly leaving. Like there's almost like a bubble effect or like a trench effect around the town.
It looks a little bit like that one Windows Vista or XP screensaver. You all know the one I mean. Where
I know exactly which one you're.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
So you
don't.
can find a gif of it, Adam. David, is there anything else up here to investigate?
Nothing jumps to mind. There's the entrance itself that you could go further into if you wanted to, but from where you're at, like it would basically be you go in or you head back down.
Okay, I'll head back down to also we'll just kind of climb back down, like take a couple minutes climbing back down, and then she'll report what she saw and say. Also, I guess I remembered that the reason that you guys wanted to scout was to investigate the barrier holding the sandworms back, and you guys didn't really get a chance to do that, so thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, I think I could go vegetarian. Never mind, just ignore.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Sorry.
And I could
know, Bailey.
go in the tunnel, but it was a pretty nasty smelling gas. Like it didn't seem to give me like a poison reaction, but it was not pleasant.
If we think it's worthwhile, I can become a gas myself and just go commingle a little and go down the tunnel. Or if it was small enough, or big enough rather, Sunny could, take a look in there because the gas isn't going to do anything to him.
Well, resistant, not immune.
Fine, I could become a gas.
You're
Okay.
saying that the idea of using that entrance was in case the Beast Guard had traps set up in the main entrance, right?
Yeah, that or just general recon about what's making green gas and is this, a way we could get in behind them or something like that.
Okay. I'm
It's
kind
just-
of open to either option, and with that, I'm gonna go pee and grab some food real quick. So we'll support what Artek wants to do.
Artek, the only thing with that is I think we got very lucky with you becoming the spider. The first time.
Sure.
The idea of you going in there, and there being more unknown before we knew that it was people that you could run away from pretty quickly. Now with all of the danger of the Weave's Guard, I feel like they're really on the A game right now, and they're a little bit more trigger happy.
Fair. Yeah, you make a good
I would
point.
hate for you to be alone, for any of us to be alone, especially as you in a gaseous form that could easily be dispelled by magic.
Yeah, you make a really, really good point there. That's fair. It might, I guess in that case, be better just, if we can't all get in that entrance, or at least a chunk of us get in that entrance, might be better not to use the entrance. I hate to think that, there's another way in there that has some information we could gather that we're just ignoring. But if that's, what it is, what it is.
On the other side, it could lead us directly into the poop chute. That wouldn't be a very good place, and it wouldn't really get us anywhere.
Fair. I mean, it would even be good to know where it goes in, so that we know if we need a second way out, we could get out that way.
Well, I'm sure that with what sound it's making, not sound, with the color of it and the smell, it seems caustic. So I feel like there's a good chance that it might just, like, whatever these creatures are, whatever the Empire was doing down here was not good.
Sure.
And whatever experiments or chemicals or something down here, I feel like it might be essentially going into the top of a volcano and being like, well, there's smoke here, it might lead to something good, but in reality it's lava.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's
I
fair.
can spider climb down it.
The issue isn't really getting down it, it's the poison that's constantly chugging up and out of it.
Yeah, it's like you would have to, like, we need to make sure it's like, I don't even know. I would hate for you to climb down a chute of poison.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
Well,
even
could
I
we
wouldn't
test
shoot
it on
them.
an animal?
Could we what?
Could we test it on an animal?
But the problem is that according to, I don't think it was large enough for any of us to go down other than animals.
No, it was, you guys could all go down it. Artuk and Sunny simply would have a harder time because they are that much taller.
Yeah, I think he said it was like a 5-foot sort of height tunnel. Yeah, I mean, if we can't get down there, we can't get down there. But perhaps it's just worth noting, hey, there's another way out of there. and it's next to something that makes green smoke. So if we go through there and we see a pit of green acid or something like that that's got smoke coming out, we're like, okay, that's where the second exit is.
That's true.
And then we can just, take advantage of that if we need a way out that isn't the main entrance or something like that. I wish that I had, if I slept on it, I could do something like make wind to push it out of the way as we go down, or, do any number of things that would let us get through there. But as it stands right now, I just didn't have that all prepped for today. I've got 75 spells. It's tough to pick which ones I want in a given day.
Oh my gosh, you could be such a wizard.
Oh.
The Grand Wizard of the
Yeah.
Orc people. You only need 6 for that, I hear.
Oh, that's
Neat.
sorry. Right.
Where's that damn marble that Byron has? I'm gonna eat it.
That's a terrible idea.
Oh, it's terrible. Okay. What happened the last? You can just absorb it into your body and it's fine.
We saw how well that went.
Yeah, you got magic.
Yes, but it also made me suck Sonny up into a black hole.
Okay, I feel like you did that on purpose because of the fear gas.
Yes and no.
You see Lydia's, the door to the shack. You guys put Lydia and Byron and Zeka while they were there. Her hand emerge out. As soon as Byron says that, slowly retract inward.
Anyway, all that said, I think we're all together. We've looked around. We've got an idea of the area. Nobody else is out here. Perhaps we just go right in the main entrance and we be real careful and work together and stay as a group.
Yes. Preferably, I would like for Zeka to possibly give me some of his good bread first, because I'm still in a lot of pain.
Oh,
No hit points.
I'm sorry. The high conscious being that controls Zeka didn't specify whether he was active or present passive, so we're going to default to present passive. Goodbye!
Hey, Byron, could you hit me up with some healing good stuff?
Oh, sure. Here's
No, wait.
two.
Looks like
No.
you only used 6 of your hit dice if you want to
Yeah.
use the last one.
Use that last one real quick. Ooh.
Also, beatbox a song of rest if you so choose. You get an extra D8.
Ooh. Yeah, give me that.
I'll let that one be retroactive because...
Ooh.
Also realized none of that picked up on the mic, so I feel like a fucking dumbass.
I'm now feeling great.
Alright. Would you like... How is everyone else looking?
Is the D8 only for Morak, or would that be
The D8 was for everyone because it was retroactive. I'm just going to allow that one because he's back, so I'll let it go.
Ode looks great.
Okay. Artok?
I actually am full for my hit dice, so we're good.
Tony? Tony? My good lad, how are you looking?
Oh, I'm. Well, I did take 2 points of damage. The horse kicked me in the head.
Well, you know what? You deserve that. That was Gus getting revenge on you. Kezia, how are you looking?
Ask how the horse is.
Completely fine. Never got hit.
It
What
was
about...
inside of pickles the entire time.
She currently is resistant to brine, but vulnerable to... but also...
But extremely vulnerable to cucumbers.
True.
What about you, Lydia? How are you doing?
And she closes the door again.
You're treating her concussion currently.
Alright, so still pissed off. Okay, Morak, come here, buddy.
I only have 3 missing. If I was on a scale of 0 to 60, and 60 being the best I could possibly be, I'm like at a 57 right now, so I'm kind of fine.
Well, give me those nips.
Like,
I'm wearing armor. Do you know how long that would take, Byron?
Burns through. And then he'll cast Cure Wounds on you exactly once at a first level.
Hey,
Thank
we should
you.
send him down the stink hole.
Byron, we were debating this while you were taking a pisser. Do you
Mark,
know how
there's
to
a hole
treat
in
a
your armor
concussion?
now.
Don't know how to treat a concussion. Well, I can treat it magically.
That is a no.
Did you guys decide not to investigate the barrier that was out on the border of the town?
Yeah.
I would say I
If I would have
have.
investigated, I would have tried to disable it.
I would say I have 3 first level spell slots, all of my second level spell slots, all but one of my third level spell slots. So I'm actually okay. I just have exactly 0 hit points. I mean, 1 hit point.
You got a short rest. So you do that. While he's doing that, are you guys...
And add 8 for your Song of Rest.
We're gonna
I
march
didn't get
in.
that.
We're gonna do the thing.
Okay.
We are as a group carefully.
Wait. Could I would like to suggest something to the group if everyone's okay with it.
Sure.
Morak goes into his bag of holding. One takes out his 2 lizard eggs and he's like, "Okay, you guys are so good." Puts them on the ground a little bit. And then he pulls out
Go out
the mind.
and
He pulls out the mind flare helmet. He's like, "We don't know how this works yet. We are in a safe spot right now."
We are distinctly not.
We are the safest we've been for a while, Sonny. The sandworms can't get us. I could sit here for a minute and study it to figure out what it is.
All we know is that the sandworms can't currently get us, or they're not currently getting us. That does not, I think, particularly make us safe.
And
Yes, but
I'm very
what
pro you
time do
studying it, Morak, but didn't Artuk just say that there was something weird going on with the magic in this area still?
But this isn't magic.
It kind of is magic.
The psionics work fine here.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, like, you know, if you're saying we ought to know what's in our bag before we walk down into the den of what made it, I can see the wisdom there, and we could hold a barrier around you, stand guard while you figure it out. If anything goes to shit, is there anything you'd want us to do?
Just yank it off of me.
Sure. All right. I'm willing.
Let's test this.
Your funeral.
I think it might be all of our funerals, but let's go.
It looks to Byron and like this should be as close to unanimous as we can do right now if we're gonna do this.
He comes in and goes, I have to go back to treating Lydia's concussion. I mean, Rose is here with her family, so I need to take apart these things. I mean, goodbye.
So he's for it. He's for it, is what we're going to just decide the vote is.
Huge vote of confidence from Byron.
David, as he goes to start with the helmet, I am going to ready and try to figure out exactly what I need to do with the collar that kills magic shit that I took from the bottom
Oh yeah,
head.
we have that.
That isn't how that item works.
Okay.
Wait.
It wasn't how... It didn't kill magic stuff. That was a different thing.
Oh no, that was the head spike. I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
So if you'd like to ready a head spike...
No, I would have known. And I don't have the head spike.
I have the head spike. I ready the head spike.
Okay.
Just in case.
I have the collar, and that's useless, so we're good.
Okay.
Ode will get out
Wait,
the,
Brenda, we can't hear you.
Shit.
Oh.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Magic just straight up doesn't work here?
No, it works. It's just
Funky.
It can cause ill effects.
Consequences.
I want to try to cast something on Artuk.
Go ahead.
Artuk, I would like to test something really quick. In
Like I
case
said,
he
we're
goes
here.
bad, I would like you to be able to go have a very quick reaction time. So I'm going to just, she pulls out like a little coin, flips it, and then pushes the coin up against your forehead. And I'm going to attempt to cast Gift of Alacrity.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me real quick.
She asked you
Yes,
to lift
sir.
her up a little bit.
I ask him to bend 18.
Okay. As you do, can you describe how Gift of Alacrity works?
So Gift of Alacrity, I'll also post in the chat. But essentially, I touch a willing creature, and for the duration 8 hours, the target can add a d8 to initiative rolls. So even if this doesn't take effect now, you have it for your next initiative.
Okay.
Alright.
That's
And
it.
what does that look like? Like, what does Artuk feel?
What Artuk feels is he feels like he's just a little bit more alert. There's a slight shimmer stemming from the golden coin when she presses it against your forehead that just pulses slightly, and then you just feel a little bit more alert.
I'm not sure what you did, but it feels good, so thanks.
Like a shot of caffeine.
All right, let's do this thing. If you're gonna do it right now, Morak. We'll keep watch.
Alrighty. Also, Kezia, no noticeable effect from when you do that. Unlike everyone else, you seem to have beaten the roll. Anyway.
Awesome.
Okay, Morak.
Ode will pull out the illicit cube and hold it in her hand, like not really sure if Morak needs it or not. But I don't know if Morak looks over to her while she does this.
Morak's kind of focused on the helmet to figure out what that does.
Okay.
I prepare a thorn whip to yank it from his head at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Morak's going to find a relatively dusty part of the cobblestone, and with his foot kind of draw a not really runic circle. I would describe it more as a meditation circle, like an orcish meditation circle type thing. Just some. It's not casting anything, but it's just symbols. And he sits in the middle of it, and he puts on the helmet, and his intention is to figure out what the hell it does.
Morak, immediately as you put it on, you just feel that persistent, that kind of creepy, whisper sound that you've heard before. It's just immediately resume. Go ahead and you're just trying to decipher what this does.
Yeah.
I want you to burn a side point for me real quick.
Okay.
And then make an intelligence saving throw. Intelligence check.
It's the same because I don't have proficiency.
Okay. Okay, as you do that, you just allow all the outside distractions to pass away, and you focus your mind on this. And the world almost darkens around you as you're just kind of suspended in space. As you immediately feel whatever it is that this helmet is comprised of, and whatever kind of magic, psionics, whatever it may be that it is that it channels and focuses, you feel it kind of come into a very clear focus. And you see just suspended around you, you don't see any of the rest of the party. And you see almost this wireframe version of the world around you. You see buildings and the very basic outlines of the materials outlined in a black and white contrast. Except you see on top of that just this persistent kind of purplish energy coming from the entrance of whatever it is that this entrance leads into. And you see the cube in perfect detail, as if put through basically a black and white filter, but in perfect clarity to contrast against the rest of this kind of dreamscape. And just the very hints of that it is being held. You see a very faint impression of Ode's hand and there for just a moment, but not the rest of Ode. It's kind of just suspended in space. But you immediately just feel this inherent connection to the cube specifically, and just a wider appreciation and acting as a focus for whatever the psionic energy and the psionic field that just seems persistent.
Morak's going to he's kind of sitting there in a meditation state. He's kind of gonna try to hit the ground, and just with his hand, and just see can he he can tell that everything's kind of wireframe, so his vision is very muted. His senses are the rest of his senses muted?
Not fully. Hearing is, yes, but it's kind of the amount of focus you put into it.
Your smelling is so great.
It's so good.
I'm gonna try to daredevil this crap.
Okay. Yeah.
To see if hitting the ground makes me feel the vibrations, and I can see I'm trying to see my friends.
Yeah, yes, actually, exactly that, yes. I wasn't thinking of Daredevil, I was thinking of a very particular episode of Samurai Jack, but as you hit it, there's this almost like vibration outward from where you hit it, and it's kind of a bit of an echolocation type deal, but it's not quite that precise of painting it, so much as when you hit it, it kind of echoes out, and you see this kind of like purplish energy like fade out from it very briefly, and like coat what you understand to be basically Artuk's leg for just like this fleeting second. And the more that you focus in on this kind of different state, the less aware you become. You don't feel like trapped within it, but like the more you focus on your sense of smell or your hearing back of what the party's saying, what the smell is, the ground itself, you see like almost the wireframe like diminish as it kind of fades back into reality the more focus you try to basically dissociate back into reality.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to stand up.
Okay. Yeah, all of you see Morak stand up, and Morak, you do thusly. For again, half that second, you see is basically like you put your hand to the ground, and that feeling of tactile sensation as you touch it. It kind of this dreamscape diminishes around you, and as you stand up, but again it fades. You all see Morak stand up though?
You good, man? You in control?
Do I hear him?
Are you trying to?
Yes.
Then yes.
I think so.
What you got? What's it doing?
It's. I tried to. This is Morak, so he's very analytical. So he tries to just describe how he's reacting to the world, to the party. And I guess he tries to like stomp around a bit, see if he can. I think if he focuses hard enough, he can diminish that psionic noise that he's been hearing. I feel like this has been months since he's been able to turn that down, so I think he's trying to figure out if he can focus again without the noise.
Wait, I thought David said the noise intensified.
It did when he put it on initially.
Yeah, it's like it got louder, and now that he's been focusing and trying to hear everything, he's been able to like turn it off, I guess. I don't know.
It diminishes. It's never gone. It's still there, but it's almost kind of like, not quite tinnitus, but as it kind of fades into the background, there are times where you are more or less aware of it. It is never gone, though.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing it like that noise has been tinnitus for him since he first hooked up to the computer. I know I haven't really talked about it, but saying my character has tinnitus isn't really a cool thing to do.
What do you mean?
I get Morak is actively trying to figure out his senses keep going in and out with this helmet on. I think he's just gonna try to like move around and place a little bit. Try to like.
The more time you spend wearing it, and the more you feel in control, and it's less like this helmet is forcing you. It's not like it's forcing you to be aware of this kind of field, so much as it has heightened your awareness of this field, such that it's kind of like, imagine like you were deaf and your hearing was just restored. Suddenly all noise is so overwhelming because you are suddenly aware of it. And the more time that you're able to hear, and the more time that is spent, that effect of just overwhelming begins to diminish. It's not that this is like you don't have control of it, it's just new. So if you were to take the helmet off, it would be gone. But while you have the helmet on, it is kind of amplifying your awareness of this to such an extent that it is kind of hard to focus on both it and standard reality.
Hey, does this excuse me, I can't talk. Does this look funny to you? And I'm going to, in Kezia's head, say, I'm just trying this to see if you can see it. I'm going to try to psionically communicate. Does it ping anything?
As he does that, you see like this basically like this kind of energy field like travel from Artuk to Kezia and kind of like fade as it goes, since it's not like a sustained connection type deal. It's like sending a message, so it's like, and then it is gone.
Yeah, I can see some like energy go from.
Wait,
Kezia.
I'm also an idiot. I forgot. You can see Sunny. Yeah, you can see fucking Sunny. You can see him lit up like a Christmas tree. I don't know how that one escaped me. That one is a bit obvious.
So the things I can see clear as day is Sunny and the cube. If I
the name of my band.
If I can, Sunny and the cube is a really good band name. If I focus enough, could I? Like you're saying, like if I focus enough, I can start bringing the senses back, right?
Yes.
But it's just taking a lot. Am I able to focus enough to get my sight back for everybody, or is it still like black and white like a dog?
Do you try to bring your kind of standard? Then it's a little harder. It takes like a little bit of time, like probably like 15-20 seconds, but in focusing on it, you are eventually able to kind of return to normal and just kind of see it as it is. There's still like at the very edge of your vision, kind of like if you're wearing sunglasses and like at the very edge you can see the part that isn't totally covered by it. Like you can see it kind of like creeping in on that while you're wearing the helmet, but you can still see, for the most part, back to normal standard reality.
Do I think I could get it so that I can wear this helmet and get back to normal reality?
You are still wearing the helmet. To be honest, for this, to put a mechanic to it, this would be your psionic focus. And the more you wear it, and the more you get acclimated to using it, the more you feel like you would easily be able to kind of like switch between the two. It'll take time because, again, it's amplifying your awareness to such an extent, but like you feel like you could keep it at bay for the most part right now if you wanted to just exist in reality.
Is there like a barrel around me?
Yeah, there's one that was filled with the old pickles. You see a Kezia imprint on it.
Okay. Morak's going to... First of all, I'm going to look at Artuk. And I'm just going to try to think and communicate with him telepathically.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
13.
Artuk, it's a little weird. You kind of just feel this dull pressure, not a full migraine, but as if a headache is very suddenly setting in, and the feeling fades. Like, you definitely feel like just, ow, for just a moment.
Probably don't mention it. Why would I?
And Morak, you see this kind of field like, hold on, are you looking in? You see this field kind of, once again, similar to what Artuk did to Kezia a moment ago, go to him, but he doesn't seem to respond to it.
Okay. I'm going to then look at a barrel and try to strength mine it and, like, blast it away from me.
Spend that key, or that side point, baby.
And done.
How did Eric just trick David into giving him a second subclass?
Because, you want to know how, Mary? Because he has to deal with the reckoning from doing this.
It's because of the shield.
Oh, it's ready?
It's not an apology. This is what the shield was meant to be. This is the all around what the shield was gonna be.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, all of you see just Morak. What does this look like to the rest of the party, actually, as you do this?
You see, so the way the helmet looks, I don't know if people remember it.
I've been envisioning it as a Magneto helmet.
Yeah, I've been thinking like Spartan.
It's very close. We have a handout for it.
I have the handout somewhere. I can't remember whether the...
No, it's in handouts. It's helmet of the Mind Flailer.
Mind flailer.
I was picturing it as a Magneto helmet, but with like Viking horns made out of metal. I don't know why.
Eventually, Morak will put deer antlers on it, but he needs to find a good blacksmith.
It's kind of like a General Grievous vibe.
it's very General Grievousy.
Thank you, Griffin Saddlebag, for the art, but not any of the stats.
Oh yeah, you have to be subscribed to his Patreon. I had to steal the images.
I found this image.
Oh, it's in one of my it's in one of my Pinterest boards. You see him, and this whole time that he's been wearing it, like the runes on the forehead have been glowing, and that like crystal type looking thing has been glowing. But when he looks at Artuk, you see his eyes glow a little bit. And then when you see him turn towards a pickle barrel that is missing the proper amount of liquid that would displace one Kezia, you see those like blue flames appear before his eyes, and the pickle barrel just blasts away.
This is gonna be great next time we fight some pickles.
Yes, it will be. And you see like Morag with like a big dumb grin on his face.
Mark, as you do this also, you just feel this sudden, like, just pride over the entire experience of whatever this is. You start to feel like, oh yes, oh, I'm starting to get this. This might be like a relatively minor thing, but with this helmet and kind of using this, you feel like you have a lot more, if not like understanding in this immediate term, you have a lot more gravitas to kind of understand and visualize your actions in the context of psionics now. And you feel very proud, and you feel very just, this feeling of excitement kind of wash over you as you think of just your family, your country, bringing this back to them, and just being able to use this for the benefit of the Tuskbane people, and just knowing that this is the first step, yes, but you know this can be great things for all of you. But yeah.
You see Morak like go up like, with a little bit of hesitation and just take off the helmet. And he looks at all of you with like a big dumb smile, and he's just like, let's go in there. Let's do it. Who cares?
Alright, I figure that means it's probably not gonna fuck us over as best you can tell, so we'll
I really don't think so, Artek. I think this will be good for us.
Puts the cube back in her bag.
Awesome. That's very good to hear.
Alright, I suppose we delve in then, if that's the case.
Alrighty.
Anybody want to go first and check for traps?
I can do that.
Alright.
Morak will go back and pick up his 2 lizard eggs and kiss them both.
Hey, roll a d20 for me on that.
Oh yeah, roll a d20. Do I roll 2 because there's 2 lizard eggs?
Roll 2d20.
Hey, do you want to join me? So you can keep an
They seem good. You don't know how they're doing good.
Yeah.
And I'll check for traps and you check for people.
Yeah. Do you want me to use magic to make us more stealthy or not?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I think that might be a bit dangerous in this area. So.
It's a good call.
David, it's a mother's intuition. That's how I know they're good.
you are suddenly struck of your head. You were killed. You were killed by a man boxing, and these are fundamentally eggs. you don't know how they're doing as good as they are.
You guys see this glow come over Morak once he kisses the eggs and looks at him, like that new mother glow.
Skin to skin contact is important. Hold them close.
Morak's just gonna hold him for a little bit. He's just gonna hold him and then eventually put him back in his bag.
As you guys enter in, so how are Kezia and Ode kind of distributing this kind of trap searching agenda?
Ode take perception, I'll take investigation.
Okay, go ahead and roll for him.
Can we be careful and stealthy along the way too?
Yeah, you can absolutely move slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my PC, guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, nice.
Mary, are you using Pass Without a Trace?
No, Kazuya made the good point that it would be best to avoid magic.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll then, guys.
Are we rolling stealth or not?
I think... Yeah. Ode and Kezia roll stealth only, though, since you guys are kind of being the advanced team.
Oil.
Oh my god.
Okay?
Really good.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an inspiration. I am not using it.
Okay.
Kezia, and Ode for that matter, the two of you step in, and yeah, okay. The two of you step in, and Ode, as you move forward, you see immediately.
Wait. Can we have Ode trip over the wire that they set up with all the bells?
Yes, you can. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
More
And
to
then
the
I think
soul.
Ode like trips and like literally falls on her face. And she's like, it's okay. I didn't see anyone coming.
And Ode, as you look forward, you see low to the ground. You do see a tripwire right in front of you, right before where you fell. Like, huh?
She uses her claw.
Exactly.
Hey, where should we put us?
Here at the front. Okay, that was on the wrong selection. Here at the. Why am I a black? Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. We all get it. But yeah, as you enter in, Ode and Kezia, the two of you are immediately able to spot just a, despite Ode's little fumble there, you do see you do spot just a handful of tripwires. The one that Ode disarmed, you see, is connected to, fittingly, another series of bells and such, set to raise some noise as you guys enter in.
But it's okay. The other group won't know the bells because we used completely different bells. So they'll hear jingling and they'll just think, it's nothing. We didn't set up those bells.
Ode, as part of her natural one, says, Ori, I found this one. I got it. And then disarms it poorly so that those bells go off too.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling!
Grumshmiss. Every time a bell
Great.
rings, in order to swing.
Sorry, have you heard about
I'll
your
leave disarming to you, actually.
And Kezia, as you move forward, you actually see, in addition to this tripwire, you do see another one actually set up just on the far side. Tripwire is the right word, actually, but you do see something kind of pressed into the wall, and it seems like a metallic device that has just been cracked stone that has just been clearly hammered into place there, kind of just at what is clearly like the joint of whatever this structure is, like right there.
Okay.
And you also just see kind of a hallway leading down. This one seems more constructed, like there's whatever this track is with clearly like a minecart. Whereas down this way, there's some rubble and boxes, but it's clearly into something a little more concrete.
Ooh, boxes. I think we should go this way first, just to see what's around the corner.
Yeah,
You guys stay just right here. There's no traps right here. We've already disarmed them. But there are traps
Ode
here.
leans over and she says, that was very gracious of you.
What do you mean?
Yes.
You disarmed them. They went off.
They did get disarmed. Yes. There's boxes that way.
Okay. Clank, 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 clank.
She has a bell wrapped around her paw.
she has the whole string of bells wrapped around her foot. And she's just freaking walking with it.
So David, there's any traps along the way this way?
None this way, no.
Cool.
But you do.
I can still keep an eye out with that perception check.
You see a dusty old office, clearly in disrepair from just whatever this was 30 years ago has been abandoned. You see a few fresh papers and books kind of on like a very worn and like approaching like rotting desk or wooden desk at the center, that is just kind of not pristine by any stretch of the imagination, but much more intact than the rest of the room around it. And you see specifically a small journal you see two small journals, one very worn and the other a lot more fresh looking, with a pen that was, or a quill that was next to it, and a opened inkwell.
I yoink them both. I give the worn one to Ode to read through.
Okay.
I'd like to read through the newer one.
Okay, as you see...
I'd like to first go through the last page of the new one first.
The last page of the new one. Okay. Yes, it was a Luckily, I think my long journey to these ruins is at an end. In spite of the riots at Harry Magi, I do believe that luckily I have safely reached the mines. I'm looking forward to approaching and finally putting an end to whatever menace lays below before those mages who caused the riots in the city can. Whoever these are, they were dangerous enough to kill the Archeron and careless enough to abandon his body. We cannot, under any circumstances, allow such power-hungry idiots to have access to whatever is in these ruins. Signed, Amir. It is dictated, not read.
Okay, I don't think any of the other paper will be important for me and for the purposes of right now, so I will instead just shove it in my bag to give it to Ken later.
You also see a footnote at the end that is just saying, like, fuck, I miss my gun. Just fuck, I miss my gun.
And then you see a PPS saying, and wow, I love my horse. He's such a friendly horse. He's like,
I love peanut butter. He's a great horse.
He loves everyone. He's loyal, but loyal in the kind of way where he could learn to have a new master.
Yes.
If you just give him a carrot, he'll be your best friend.
And this horse fucking hates magic users, which is a lot like me. And this horse will always hate magic users.
I'm just so glad I could tell this horse my entire backstory. It really was therapeutic for me to get it all off my chest. I don't even feel compelled to discuss it anymore. And then a final PPPS, which says, fuck, why does this hand crossbow always jam?
Gotta get that fixed.
Note to do.
Ode will flip through the older journal just trying to get a sense of what its contents are.
Okay, as you go through, just very quickly, making a... Oh wait, no. You're in Imperial territory. It's not a fucking different language.
Ah, man.
No, I just realized... I was about to do that, and I was like, wait, you're in Imperial territory. They speak and write common. This is the one time the ruins make sense to have normal Anyway, now as you go through it, you can pretty clearly see that the front pages of it are like an expense report, almost like an accounting ledger, and parts of it are devoted to kind of mineral extracts from whatever this is. You clearly pick up that this is the accounting book of a mine, and you see specific references to xanthanite that was being pulled from this location. Also iron, but in relatively insignificant amounts.
Oh, it says, mining journal to Kezia.
Oh, does it detail what's down here at the bottom? Apparently there's a monster down there.
I just kind of skimmed it, but not from a skim.
Okay, can I see it?
And Ode
I
hands it
take
back
it.
to Kezia.
And I turn to the very last 2 pages and I look at them.
You see... Okay, yeah, you see... mining duties have been suspended until further notice pending the discovery of ruins. Imperial military have shut down the mine and are currently investigating and will inform us when operations are to resume.
Wait, Kezia, what is the date on that? I didn't even see it.
What is the date? I would imagine it was before the terror because it does detail operations by the Imperial military.
Shortly
Oh,
before.
You know what? I just kind of assumed it was the Weaves card who were mining. That makes a lot more sense.
No, I think this is the Mir's journal. Hi.
You see Bailey run
Please
up.
go away. Okay. So yeah, I believe that those mining operations for military investigation into the lower mine area as they had discovered a series of ruins.
Oh, wow! You
So-
gathered a lot more than I did.
I am a firm believer in the turn to the last 1 or 2 pages and read them.
Oh, you also see that Deborah totally got with Adrian, and you kind of spoil that for yourself, kind of ruin the rest of the journal. You sense this account had a bit of a raunchy streak to them.
I believe there might be some smut in here, though, if you would like to read it later.
I think that's more Ken's thing.
Fair. I will
You
hold
hear
on to
Ken-
both of these books for
you-
Ken.
You hear Ken sprinting up from behind you.
Okay, so those 2 journals are there. What about rest of the area? I know you referenced some boxes, and is there anything cool in the drawers of the old decrepit desk?
Not in the desk. If you look through the boxes, though, you do see just kind of files of just a lot of different. You're not sure what. Like, it almost looks like chemicals, like just chemical like reagents and like this almost like powdered substance. These boxes look fresh, by the way. Like, they haven't been sitting here for a while. Like, they were relatively recently brought in.
We don't know anybody who's good at weird chemical things, right?
Lydia might be.
I guess we could ask Lydia.
Maybe when she's done recovering. I'm sure these will still be here.
Yeah, that's fair. We could always test if they explode. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. But it could light on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's only one way to test this. Hey, DM, I'd like to pull out a small little cup and just scoop a little bit of the weird substance off of it.
Like, do you just mean like pour it? Like, they're in vials. You can pop a cap and pour it.
There's how many vials are there?
A lot. A
Wait,
lot.
didn't we get vials off of Amir's body?
Yeah, those were basically like syringes almost, kind of like if someone can pull up the art for Psycho from Fallout, they look more like that. These are like not test tubes, but more like I can't think of the word for it. Basically, just like a container for carrying liquid.
A beaker?
Kind of like a beaker, but reinforced for travel.
Strong beaker.
Does it look like a poison?
What does that mean?
I'm gonna open up the test tube.
Okay, it smells acrid. It's not pleasant.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ode,
find...
kind of smells familiar. In an unpleasant sort of way.
Oh, that kind of smells like that green gas.
Oh, so... Okay. Maybe they were collecting it from down there and then bringing it up here. Or perhaps the opposite. They were bringing it to dump it in. No, if they were bringing it to dump it in here, then I would imagine that they wouldn't get... Well, I guess there's... No, I cannot stab Ken with thing. Not stab Ken with possibly poisonous item.
I
Okay.
think since the rest of the group is waiting on us,
Yeah. I'm gonna grab like 10 of them and then scurry away.
oh,
10 of the
looks
vials.
like-
You can get
It looks
two
like
in your hand. You can
that
get
is
two
not
in your
what I
hand.
meant.
You can get two in your hand. Because they require your hands. They're big
enough for
enough. They're big enough that they require your hand. You can't just carry them around in your pocket.
I'd like to then grab 3 by putting one on top of the other 2 and holding them like a little pyramid.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
She was a waitress in a former life, so.
That's enough.
High or low?
It's an easy thing. I could do that. I never win these, okay? I don't like using these ones because I never win.
just
Tie. See?
Clink! Shatters to the ground. Just immediately.
I'll hold the 2 and I'll just walk over it.
You walk over it. It smells real fucking unpleasant now.
Oh, Shadow steps to get around the broken glass. They'll be behind Kezio and Kezio.
Do you guys collect your boys at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have gone
Sonny, Autuk, do you guys have any idea where they went? Like, it's really dark in here, and I'm scared about them.
It has been a while.
I'm
Like,
trusting.
You hear broken glass
I
suddenly.
was hearing jingles the entire time, but then they went away, and I don't know what happened to them. And Mora's
hi
just
guys, we're back.
staring at the wall.
Hi.
So we found a kind of an office,
Oh.
and Kezia read some books,
I read the last 2 pages of the book.
and I
We
think
were
learned this
standing
method.
here waiting for you, and you were reading a book.
I think
In all
that the
fairness,
rest
it's
of the
knowledgeable.
cavern continues that way, and that we actually didn't explore that much of it.
Well,
Yeah.
we're here waiting, wondering if you're alive or dead, and you're reading the Lusty Argonian Maid?
Well, I
Oh
think
no! It wasn't the Leslie Argonian maid. It's actually this book was somewhat smutty, I think.
No, it wasn't even quality smut.
No, it's a journal.
the reason that we were scouting ahead was to look for traps. So maybe we can go back to doing
Hey,
that.
what was that shattering we heard?
Here, do you want to see?
I'm not sure.
We found a bunch of beakers of these in the office.
Do you know what it is?
It's the same thing that as the gas that came out from the vents, apparently.
Oh. That doesn't seem good.
Actually, if you guys want to go to the office, it's clear. So
I'm
Watch for
fine.
the
I
broken
trust
glass.
you guys. Like, it wasn't anybody important's journal, was it?
No, actually, this one was a random miners. I was going to inform, but I kept cutting off Ode, so I didn't want to keep doing that. So this one's some random miner, and he indicated that the facility here was actually a normal mining colony prior to the tear. And then they found an old civilized, what did they call it? The ruins. Well, they found old ruins and at the time that they located these, the entire mining operation was shut down so Imperial forces could go and investigate. This happened a little bit before the tear though, so I don't know how long
Oh.
before, because I don't know when the tear happened.
Oh,
And then this journal's from Amir.
I forgot to ask you what was in that, Kezia.
Oh, the journal from Amir? He kind of indicated that I only read the last page. So in it, he kind of indicated that he really liked his horse, Peanut Butter. And he said that they came here, they located the Archeron's body. They called us awesome and powerful, and that we're the best mages ever. And that they really wanted to kill us because of this. And also that they were here to investigate the creature that lives below in the ruins, and indicated that they wanted to beat us here because they feared the power that we would wield if we located it. So.
Oh. But they said it was a creature below the ruins?
Yeah, it did indicate the creature, I thought. Did I misremember that?
Specifically a creature? Or are you
Might have
just...
been
No,
Have you
let's-
huffed too much of the
no, no,
green
no.
stuff,
Let's
Kezia?
just- I want this to play out. I want to see how this plays.
Yeah, no, see, power, it says power. Never mind, I take this back.
Okay.
Play it,
Well,
play it
it's
live.
in common. Anyone could read it, right, Kezia?
Yeah, anyone
Well,
can
I
read
mean,
it.
Ode, come on. Autuk's still here.
Yeah, come on.
That is very
It's
good.
in
That was
common.
very
This might-
insensitive.
This might be a good way to learn. I'm sure Amir doesn't write at a high reading level.
You
He
see,
used the word profanity.
it's a very cool goatee mustache combo. He uses words with 5 syllables in them.
He knew how to spell Archeron.
You actually noticed that he spelled Archon by accident. He forgot the ER.
Mind, he did not spell Archeron right. Actually, this is written very poorly. Oh, Arthur, if you read this, it will not help you because it will just
Yeah.
confuse you.
I figure, yeah, that would just make things worse.
You know, the amount of postscript that he added simply, it is just not a good lesson to teach.
Anywho, that's all the major pieces of information that we collected. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Kezia, do you think we should move forward as a group, or do you think there'll be more traps?
If we just take like 10 feet in front of everyone to hi Bailey, to remove all of the traps, then we'll do fine. They'll be fine.
You do remember there was that metal-like device that was hammered into the wall over here, and you haven't investigated that.
There wouldn't be any weird metal devices hammered into walls that we could investigate, are there?
There are one's over there.
Actually, just since someone mentioned, Morak mentioned that it was dark, have you guys who don't have dark vision lit torches or what?
Huh? Did someone at all have a light active near us, like around us?
I think so.
No wonder we couldn't find them. We were just standing here in the dark.
Well, I have dark
Completely in
vision.
I do too, but I was staring at a wall canonically.
Oh shit, I don't have dark vision.
I was caring for
have
my
vaguely.
egg babies. I have my egg babies. I was caring for them. Morak will pull out a torch and light it.
Hey, I gotta go here in a little bit, guys. Just so you know.
Oh no.
Do we want to wrap it up then before we get too far in?
You're good to keep playing with that. I just want to let you know. I'll have to drop out.
Oh yeah, you probably have work or something.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Carson can play Sunny for me.
Byron will remain in the ether.
Anyway,
Who's that? I am Sunny. Hello.
Wrong impression.
Oh, hi Ken. I found something for you. Here you go.
I did not can. I am being active.
Yeah,
Also,
you
it's
celebrated
very-
Zeka.
Okay, Zeka, this is not nice.
Just in poor taste.
We typically give you a slide because you're a kid, but this time it's insensitive. Don't
Oh, no,
talk about
right.
something like that.
Beautiful. I think we're good to keep moving down the main tunnel.
Okay.
Wait, we should address that thing in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morak, do you want to look at this with me?
Yeah, sure.
What's the metal thing?
We're gonna look at it, David.
Sure. It looks so. It's about the size of like. You know those containers that hold like 3 or 4 tennis balls at a time? Imagine if someone just immediately just slammed that into the wall. You see like these almost metallic, not like tennis ball sized devices that are just kind of encapsulated around like this set metal frame, and just kind of slammed into it.
Sorry.
Take a step back.
Definitely doesn't look like a bomb because I don't know what bombs look like. Morak, do you know what this could be? I have no clue. It's just a weird metal thing. I don't do metal.
If it
Unless
is a
I'm
trap,
stabbing it into someone.
perhaps.
If I was in a different life, I'd know a lot about metal, but surprisingly, my character doesn't.
Seems-
But let me think. Huh.
Seems we
Well,
made
it's
a.
clearly placed hammered into a wall. We play a lot of squash ball in Cathartus. These are kind of close to that, but I don't know. Like, does it seem magical at all, Grumsh?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay, does
You do notice like make one of you make an investigation check for me real quick.
Me?
One of you, sure.
14?
You see like a wire that is connected to it that kind of leads further into the cavern, but you don't see like a tripwire or anything. Like no, you don't see any immediate like trigger mechanism to this thing from here.
Can I follow along the ground and like occasionally just look up at the wire?
Okay,
I want to see where it leads to.
sure thing. 1 second, I gotta reveal more of the map.
It looks a little bit. If I was just guessing here, it looks a little bit like an alarm.
No, right? I want to touch it so badly.
That echo is like mildly creepy.
There's nothing in my apartment except for a couple bags. That's why I selected.
As you kind of just
What is
continue,
the shiny stuff down here?
as you continue on, you do see like, Kezi, if you keep your kind of ear to the ground, you see like just continuing here, it'll just like propped up like here, hold on, here, here. Pretty much at every support base of this place, you see like another just one of these canisters just pressed very firmly into the rock, just all kind of daisy chained together.
This seems like a trap to me. This seems like a trap that would release something from the canisters, especially as they were like.
It is either going to release something or cave in the tunnel.
One of the two. I think we need to be really, really careful when coming through this area.
Yes,
can
I would.
find an area where the wires stop, which goes to a triggering mechanism?
It just continues down the cave. This is just the furthest that you've gotten to yet. As you kind of move in, though, you see, like, over here, this section of the cave has just clearly collapsed inward. Whether from whatever this mechanism is or just time itself, you see just shit has fallen, and there's, like, was once a path that way and is now gone. You also see, like, that's aided by the fact that you see this kind of, like, mine track and this kind of mechanism in the center for alternating tracks. But much the same with the way kind of towards the south over here. It is simply just like blocked underneath rocks. And this direction, you see like the last one you see here, it just continues that way further.
Can you expand upon more of the items that are blocked off? Because right now it doesn't look like it's really blocked off. It just looks like black void for the area that's I'm near.
What? Oh, did I not? Oh, hold on.
I like.
Oh no, I just thought I did reveal it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just seems like buried underneath rubble. And like over here, you see like ancient or like many years old mining equipment and just destroyed stuff. And like Morak, you saw that glowing rock real quick.
What's that one?
Arcana check for me. There's not a filled up wheelbarrow full of the stuff there, but you do see like little bits here and there.
I'll go to this one over here.
Okay. As you go to it, there's this almost like magnetic, or not, like this magnetic like whirring coming from your longsword that you acquired from the I can't remember his name.
The guard.
Yeah, the
guard.
the head of the guard, as it's almost like resonating with this thing, and oh wait, no, fuck. Forget that it's a masterwork. It's not a magical +1 sword. I rescind that. I rescind what I just said. But as
items start glowing and coming near it.
Do you bring what do you put near it?
I'm looking for my stuff.
You have a magical shield.
I do. I have a magic shield, or is it just real shiny?
It's magic. That one is magic. Anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, no. If you put your shield to it, you see like just individual parts of the kind of metal frame like kind of begin to glow and resonate with it.
See ya.
Your
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I felt Grumsh was gonna talk to me.
Go ahead.
Do you still have those malachite arrows?
Yeah, I do. Do you need them? Actually, I have a malachite crossbow bolt, I think.
Yeah, throw that to
Oh.
me.
This might be relevant. It mentions
I
think
give it to him
either
because I walked over
malachite
to him.
or xanthanite in the logbooks.
What?
It mentioned malachite or xanthanite in the logbooks. I forget which.
Oh.
In the ones that we just picked up from the mine, or in one of the old ones?
Nope, in the one from the room with the Mirror's journal.
Oh, the one that I just read the last page? You didn't.
Oh, whoa! Sorry, I thought I told you it had malachite entered.
But yeah, no. Well, Otis 1-to-1. Yeah, no, she's got it exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
That's exactly what I was. Sorry, I was on phone. Apparently, there was a fraud attempt on my credit card, so I wasn't listening to that whole conversation.
Well, I was
I'm sorry.
reminding you. I was saying
Thank
it
you.
now.
Oh, Kezia, do you remember when Ode told us that there's a bunch of malachite in here?
I got distracted by Bailey, no, but I'm glad to
Oh.
know this.
Okay. Well, sweet. And now Morak has the crossbow bolt. And he's like, well, this is clearly charged malachite.
Okay.
Or xanthanite. Which one's the magic one?
The stuff in the cave that you read the journal, it said that this was a xanthanite mine. Xanthanite is the magic one. Malachite is the anti-magic one.
Anti-magic one. So I have the malachite crossbow bolt.
Yep.
Mark's gonna look around. Who's around him?
Kezia.
Is Kezia?
Yeah.
Mark like looks at her.
Do not stab this into me.
No, I wasn't going to.
You're holding it
I
like
just-
you're going to stab me.
I wanted to touch the. I'm gonna touch it. I touch it.
Touch it to...
To it. Does it spark or anything?
Yes, immediately. It's kind of like you're short-circuiting a circuit board. Just immediately the crystal begins to kind of just spark, and after a few seconds, explode outward, and also so too does that malachite arrowhead.
They do not go together.
I think Morak takes some damage from that. Personally.
Yeah, I would take some damage.
I'm gonna
I'll take some
say
damage.
2d4 points of slashing damage as just a bunch of crystals explode on you. Huh.
Okay, all of you guys here are a little. And more just go, oh shit.
What just happened?
Shush!
I just. Sorry, it's just. It hurt. So guys, welcome to my shiny ore room. This is all Char's xanthanite.
Ode leans over to Artek. She's like, do you have dark vision?
Nope.
That's fine.
Holding on your shoulder.
Wait,
Ode leans
yeah.
over to Sunny and she says, Sunny, do you have dark vision? And so she just walks away from them and she keeps an eye out
Wait,
this way to see if
where'd
there's
you
anyone
go?
coming.
They're both holding each other's shoulders.
DM, what's that way?
Let me reveal more.
Oh, well, that's not the way I meant, but...
Oh, that way's blocked off. That I just don't have the rock put there, but it's blocked off with more rock.
Okay.
Morak's cousin. More rock.
Wait,
Moron.
we also can't see anything that way. Like, it's still shadowed off to us.
Can you not?
No.
Yeah, like where you have all
There's a bunch of big purple rocks there.
I can't see down there.
It hurts my soul.
Oh, you're talking about this way.
Yeah.
I mean,
This way.
I got the big purple rocks, don't worry. It's Mind Flare stuff, they're gonna
I
be
think
purple.
he meant that these were the rocks that were blocking this path.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry,
like-
guys, there's a bunch of big purple rocks on this one.
yeah, sorry, this way is blocked off just by collapsed rocks. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Okay, well then Ode realizes that she's keeping an eye out for the only path forward and then lets everyone go in front of her.
Okay.
Okay, Morak's gonna get another torch lit, because he has an explorer's pack, so it comes with like 4 torches. And he's going to give one to Artuk and one to Sunny, because he realizes he doesn't need the torch, he can see.
Appreciated.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
I can see.
sorry that you guys were just here holding on to each other for a little bit. But did you guys hear that? If you put xanthanite and malachite together, it like sparks and explodes a little bit. My hand hurts a lot, but it's really cool, and that's what powers Sunny, is like a weird reaction of, I think it's like a constant explosion happening within his core that's like powering him constantly.
We call it the internal combustion engine.
ICE for short.
I run on ice.
I run on ice. I'm an ice robot.
I'm an ice robot. We gotta keep you chill, man.
No, now to just think instead
Stay
of
cool, everyone.
using those things to create beings like Sunny, what if we just had them move wheels? And we could make horses obsolete.
Well,
that
we
kind
already
of
have
reminds me of the
carriages.
movie Chariots too. Sorry, the play.
No, that one was a movie.
But can you imagine a group of people racing on these chariots and just being all fast and mad?
Horses are just out of the question. They just go and you can go vroom and they're cool.
Sunny would be very happy to have horses be out of the question.
Yes.
Well, poor peanut butter.
No. He had it coming.
So do we want to keep going down the mine, friends?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
there's not much left to do here.
Keep an eye out for traps still.
Okay.
Oh, and for the wire. I want to look at the wire still.
Again, it is once again just continuing to be daisy chained the entire way. Like, anytime that, like, they just, whatever this thing is, they just, it's kind of weird that they made it not like a parallel series, they made it like a linear series, because it's just a constant chain of this one thing going on, connecting all of these.
Wait, the whole thing's linear?
Yes, it is a linear chain.
We just... Autuck, you don't know anything about electricity.
What?
Silly.
What?
Could we spark the last one?
No. Do we just want to cut the wire?
I say we just avoid that thing. I don't
Okay,
understand it.
okay,
but
okay,
just
I'm
avoid
good
it.
with that
We're not
too.
doing anything right
I'm
now.
good with that too. I assume that there's something, like, the way these... Morak wouldn't know this, he's a rich kid. Oh. I'm going on now. Eric knows that I could just cut the wire and make the whole thing obsolete. But Morak
but-
doesn't know that.
And what I don't know is what David knows about how that
Yeah,
works.
it's true.
That's the wild card.
David will just be like, they cut the wire. Trigger it. Trigger it.
That's how you
Right,
start the
For all
machine.
we know, it's
Cut
not
the wire.
electrical wire. It's like some sort of wire that's preventing. It's like holding together the roof from collapsing it. You know?
Yeah. So you cut it, all the pins come out.
That's a load-bearing wire.
It's holding the giant boulder with just that much tension. Once it's gone, the giant boulder falls and we all die.
Yeah, exactly.
Just someone politely strum it and see what note it makes.
The whole thing's a giant guitar.
It's a C chord.
Just gonna advance the map a little bit, you chuckle
Oh,
fucks.
did you listen to Odo Rossingary? Because they've joined Ekankar, which believe that there's it's like the Church of Light and Sound, which is amazing. And they believe that if you chant the hue, that it brings you closer to God. So they just go hue for like 20 to 30 minutes at a time.
Hey, Arthur, I found the glowing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this big font of green smoke just begin to rise out of it.
I think
Do I
that
see
Odo doesn't exist, by the way.
A hole in the top? Is there like
Yeah.
daylight coming in?
Well, not daylight. It seems like there's a tunnel and it's probably a little convoluted, but, you know, there's definitely a route up there.
Alright, so this is the chimney I can...
And there's also clearly something down there, too. Well, a path down there, too, filled with gas.
I think I gotta go
who
to
wants
bed,
to get
guys.
closer?
Alright, see you, Eric.
Oh, I'll get closer. Hold on. This actually might be useful. I have poison resistance.
There.
Oh, do it. And I move closer.
Well, you don't...
Sonny, those look really flimsy.
It's okay. I'm light as a feather.
Hey, Sonny, make a dex save.
This is how we lose him, he just falls into a pit.
Damn you! Damn you! I'm light as a feather. Well, it takes a step. See? Walks one further step forward. Hole behind him immediately drops out.
So the trick is to run very fast. How deep does this look?
It looks like it drops down to a smaller chamber about 15 feet or so down. And make a perception check for me, Sonny. You think you see something down there. You can't make out what, but you see like a shape and like a some amount of movement.
There's something down there.
They'll jump down there.
Sounds like the worst possible
Yeah,
idea,
that's
Kezia.
not a good plan.
I know, but somebody had to say it.
Did they? Did they have to say it?
Somebody has to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to quickly run around the thing and like get down there.
Or are those stairs down?
No, that's just a platform. It's just a hole.
But I can see the bottom.
Yep.
Hey, wait,
Okay.
hold on. We have torches, right?
Yep.
Do we
You're
consider
actively
the fact-
holding one.
Do we consider the fact that perhaps there are explosive gases in here?
No, we did not consider that.
Great. Great news.
We don't need this one to end like the one shot.
Oh boy. Does it look like there's as far as I can tell, does it look like there's a creature down there, or?
You don't know.
We can test to see if it's an explosive gas pretty easily, actually. I've got those 2 vials.
Let's not. Oh, okay. I was like, let's not do it right now, Kezia, in here.
Here, we could go over away from it a little bit. Like
How about
over
we-
here,
How
pull
about
out one of the vials, light a match.
we leave the cave if we're gonna do that? We're only like 30 feet into the cave. I think Ode could run that in 6 seconds.
I could run 6 seconds.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Oh wait, does it go up also?
Yeah. There's basically a hole up this little chamber and then a drop down 15 feet to something, but you can't see far into it.
Does the gas like?
It's floating out like chimney through the top.
I mean, but where I'm standing, does it seem to affect me at all? Can I tell if it's caustic or poisonous, or do I get any sense of that? I guess. Do I smell? That's a big question.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you smell?
Does he feel like he's rusting fast?
You feel less good the more you stand near it.
We've got some sensors.
Oh, then you have your sensor that says, bad. No, don't do that, no.
I think we should not go in there.
Okay.
And with that, I must go to bed. That great. I'm sure you guys would not have come to that
Insight.
conclusion without my superior insight intellect.
Insight
I
was a
should
miss.
not go there.
Then it's probably just poisonous and not explosive, which means if I drop this lit match into this vial,
I
it's
don't
fine.
think we can assume it's not.
Sunny's gonna go take a
You're
whiff.
right. We should test it.
Sure, I'm down for testing it.
Sunny's gonna take a whiff of the gas coming through the chamber.
Okay, make a con save.
Is it poison?
Yes.
Ah. Let me see exactly what that looks like. Advantage on saving throws against being poison.
Go ahead.
Like a dwarf.
He just opens up that intake valve. It's real good. Ooh, that intake valve is old, not used in a long time.
You take 13 points of poison damage as you decide to huff this big column of smoke.
Okay, resistance to poison damage, so that's how?
So that would be 6 or 7, I can't remember.
6, rounded down.
6 usually do.
Okay.
Boom. Alright, and Sunny turns back around and he says,
Face melted off. You see his metal form. He's been a robot the whole time.
The beard is gone.
my illusion is no longer here. He'll turn back around and say, this is poisonous.
Oh.
Make another perception check.
Gotta find the window.
I know you gotta go, so this will be the last thing.
Almost 4, 7. Ooh, that's a 20.
Oh yeah, you think you saw a chest when you just down there when you decided to take your whiff, and also something definitely breathing down there as well.
I make such information known.
That's useful and terrifying, and I don't know if we should go investigate it or not, considering the poison.
Well, you mentioned earlier about becoming a gas, Artuk. Do you breathe as a gas?
I need to ask the DM, how does a gas interact with poisonous gas? Do I take damage from that? I'm not, like, immune, I don't think, to damage in total as a gas, but also, like,
I feel like I don't consider a gas breathing.
yeah. Let's see.
Alright,
I
well, you
have-
guys solve this philosophical question. Nice playing, guys. We'll catch you later.
Yeah,
Well,
later, man.
See ya,
I
my
hope
guy.
you have dreams of wondering whether a domesticated animal set free into a dangerous wilderness is happier that way.
I'll get back to you on how it feels.
Okay.
I'll say you don't have to breathe because you don't have lungs.
Fair. I'll say, in general, the way the spell reads, I have resistance to anything non-magical and advantage on all saving, like, physical saving throws, normally. Though, I don't know how you'd, like, obviously this is non-magical, but I also feel like it doesn't make sense because I'm not breathing. So yeah, if that's your ruling, I could do that.
I just don't think you breathe. I don't think you'll take the damage from it if you're in your gas form.
I could go down there as a gas. I'll warn y'all, it's a non-trivial thing for me to do in a day.
I mean, you don't have to. We still have the rest of this cave to explore.
Yeah, maybe if
and
we
I
feel
think
like...
that this thing doesn't pose an immediate threat, even if we don't know if it's explosive yet. Still.
Yeah, I'd say maybe if we decide that's, like, the way to go, I could do that. But let's see if that's the way to go before we decide that.
I say that we kind of finish scoping out the rest of the area for like traps and immediate threats, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and then we can all decide what to do.
Fair, yeah, let's just finish exploring a little.
If you guys go down here, there will be a map change. I'll just say that, and that I feel like will be a good stopping point.
Go down where?
And if you go down this way.
I go up here.
Okay. Wait. First, I was being 100% serious. I would like to see if this gas is explosive by popping open one of the vials and dropping a lit match inside of it.
I don't stop you.
Yeah,
But I'd like to do it from a distance of 30 feet with my mage hand.
Okay.
Bullshit. No, you gotta do it like you gotta commit.
No, she's got mage hand. It's like the one thing she gets.
Okay, so you explain this to me.
I blew up my hand for science.
I open the vial.
You have a second
I put it
subclass.
on the
you're
ground.
Your
I
subclass.
walk 30 feet away while I'm back in this corner over here.
Okay.
I walk 30 feet away from it, and I let my mage hand pull over
Where
a
is
match that I
the-
light and drop it.
Where's the? Shouldn't you do?
Put
Shouldn't
it
you do
into
the
the
match
vial.
like really far away from like? Shouldn't you do the match like over here? So it's far away from the gas.
You're absolutely right, but I don't want to go in there and get a scene change.
Well, you could do it like here.
So are you dropping this match down into this hole or just into the vial right here?
Into the vial, just into the vial.
Where's the vial?
The vial's gonna be about here.
Boom! Immediately. You're far enough away that it just you break a bunch of fucking rock.
It's explosive. Let's kill everything down.
Hey, hold on. Hey, roll a d20 real quick for me. Because as I've said, there has been daisy chained together this constant thing, and you decide to just set off a bomb next to it for some reason.
For science.
You...
15. Shit, that's a lot of dice.
You know how good it was? We just opened the window and crawled out. He's like, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Amazingly, in spite of setting off a bomb, it seems relatively okay. But you also feel this sense, Kezia, of maybe next time, no matter what, it will just kill you. I don't get.
That's why I was keeping track of where all the canisters and the wire.
Yeah, and then you said you specifically didn't go down that way, but decided to throw a grenade that way. That one surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all fine. You have an explosive, I suppose.
I have an
so I'm
explosive.
looking at this little boot up here.
Sure. As you look through it, actually, you see a few dead animals there. Actually, some kind of looks like think like an 8-foot tall porcupine with a beaver's mouth. It's a little creepy looking, and it is just kind of stabbed and just thrown to the side on there amongst just kind of boxes. Again, kind of just a bit of decayed ruins over this. But yeah, you see about 8 feet tall, kind of slender, and just some of its like spiky barbs on the back just seem to be like missing.
As Ode is walking ahead, she says behind her, Artek, there's a dead animal monster body here, just so you know.
Thanks for the heads up, for the warning there.
I don't think it's, I think it's not important if, I don't know. And
Yeah,
Ode just kind of like lets that hang in the air as she looks at the other things.
Hey, Arthur,
Yeah?
do you know anything about like chemical which could potentially upon contact with maybe something oxygenated would like explode and cause a fire reaction sort of thing? Just curious.
Kezia, I'm gonna be blunt with you. I've spent most of my life speaking giant, and I have no fucking clue what the word oxygenated means.
It's probably some sort of hydrocarbon.
Okay. Borak, do you have anything on you that can explode?
What?
I'm gonna be honest, Kezia. I spoke in Orcish for most of my life. I've never heard anyone say explode.
Well, wait, was that did we hear the explosion? I bet we probably react to the explosion.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to pretend that happened before Kezia came over?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fair.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
as
as-
it happens,
as-
and Kezia
I
walks
think
over and
as
says, "Do you
Ode
have
is
anything that
saying
can
to
cause
Artek,
explosions?"
we hear like a boom and are like, what's that?
And
then Kezia comes over.
Kezia runs over with like some smut on her face and her hair just
Wait,
back.
Kezia,
Let's
what
not
was
say
that?
smut.
What was that boom?
Schmutz.
What just happened?
I was testing something, and I have since discovered that green stuff over there, it does not like contact with fire, and it will actually combust.
Combust means explode.
Yes.
I thought it was a weird instrument. That makes
So
so much more sense.
I vote that we. I vote that we create a thing that we can get a little bit of fire in a bottle, and we roll it from the top area and down into this hole, and then everything will blow up.
Kezia. One, we're trying to figure out what's down here. If we do that, we'll close the entrance. 2, I love your spirit. That is a great escape strategy if something's trying to chase us, and we get out and we blow it up, and then we're good. 3, I can literally shoot a fireball out of my hand.
Okay, but imagine putting it into a little bottle so that it can explode when we're far enough away from it that it looks really awesome, and we like we did the last time, with the snowy mountain thing where we were like skating away from it and exploded. We can do the same thing except now on the back of giant sandworms.
Ode like pulls Artek a few feet away and as like Morak is engaging Kezia and whispers, so Morak's kind of on this like power hungry item obsessed thing, and Sunny has like this thing with killing horses and being neglectful of like basic human emotions, and Kezia's really obsessed with like exploding things and finding the most dangerous way to explore something. And you've got your kind of whole thing going on. And Zek is like really into killing, and he's 14. And Ode looks at Artek and he's like, what's my thing?
I mean, really recently, to be fair, you've been really obsessed with dim areas.
This whole time, Octopus not known that you've been teleporting.
Like, maybe I'm just not super good at picking up on things, but it seems like lately you really like shadows. Like,
Wait,
to the point where
Artek-
you're searching for them in broad daylight.
Artek, you can tell that one of the monk abilities that I've honed in on is being able to teleport through shadows.
Right, and the druid thing that I can do is through mushrooms. And that was my thing, so maybe it can be yours too. And, like, all of the powers that Morak has is through his helmet, and, you know, Kezia seems to have a lot of stuff revolving around exploding things and, you know, making scenes and stuff. I mean, I feel like you're kind of pointing... I mean, Kezia's a weird one, I agree. But for the most part, you're sort of just pointing to the things that make us, you know...
He's fucked up.
Us. Sunny's is a little bit more emotional, and personal, and that one's a little bit weird, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know if you have a thing like that, but I feel like...
No, I was more just noticing, how we're all kind of going on our own journeys, and I like that mine is finding dimly lit areas. Anyway, I just wanted to I just wanted you to notice that I had observed that. Let's go back to Kezia.
You turn back and Kezia is pulling out her demolition arrow and is like actively shooting it. Like, no, seriously, if you could take this part of it and just like
Let's not keep waving them around, Kezia. I love your spirit, but let's not keep waving them around everywhere. Okay, this is making me very uncomfortable. I don't know. I just exploded my left hand a little bit ago. Like, it's fine because I wear gauntlets, but it hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but that wasn't the fire-based explosion. That was just pure kinetic energy.
It literally made sparks, Kezia.
Oh,
And
it's
why
like
didn't
right
it
next
combust
to
the area that we were in?
leans over and she's like, Artek, you know your thing is more than just mushrooms at this point now, right? It's kind of like dangerous mushrooms.
No, I am
Also, I'm
desperately,
betting this entire place
painfully
is
aware.
rigged to blow. Because it's got all those weird circles in
I'm
the
really
walls.
kind of scared,
that are
frankly, but
connected
we're
to
not going
those
to dig
weird
into that right
wires.
now.
That I bet if we
Kezia's
put
thing
the
is
sparks
clearly
to it.
happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
We'll give that room to
I am
explode.
dealing with tragedy right now. You can hush. Anyway.
You all hear just from further down the tunnel, just a very loud clang of metal into stone. Are you all part of the murder cult? Or are you all just a bunch of talkative jackasses? And that's where we're gonna end the night session.
But what does the person look like?
And we'll get to that next session.
There's a
Oh, we
murder
just-
cult? Are we the murder cult?
I mean,
We should make a cult after ourselves.
I don't think
We
we're.
can make it after our talk.
I don't think any. No, because if they thought we're not a murder cult, we would be the magical jackasses. That's what
Yeah,
we
we'd
would
be the magical.